This week's episode of the realest podcast ever is sponsored by the Bedtime Series Children's Books. The Bedtime Series Children's Books provides millennial children with stories filled with up-to-date morals and values that teach children how to think instead of what to think. The first book release is titled Ketchup or Syrup. We all know stories like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Dr. Seuss, etc. Now, the Bedtime Series allows us to teach up-to-date principles hidden in fun stories that draw your children in. Books 2, 3, and 4 are out this fall. Book 1 is available now and has gotten amazing feedback from both parents and children. Please check out the bedtimeseries.com, which is only $10 per book, and you can also follow them on Instagram at the Bedtime Series and the author at Hazel Monet. What up? We back. Episode 50.
The fake energy you just put on was absolutely hilarious.
Of the Rose Podcast ever.
We was damn near asleep 15 seconds ago.
Hey man, I gotta wake it up, man, for the audience.
Just started screaming.
Somebody asked me, they was like, yo, you really doing a show on your birthday? I said, I have an obligation to my audience. Like, you motherfucking right. We had the #1 podcast in Philadelphia in February.
You're not gonna let this go.
I'm never letting this shit go. You kidding me? We're like, yeah, February 2018. It's gonna be February 2020. I'm like, yeah, February 2018. He was the #1 podcast in Philadelphia.
You know Tracy Murray? Remember him?
The ball player?
Ball player.
Yeah.
You ever see his Twitter?
No.
Tracy Murray, loving father, loving husband. I scored 50 in the NBA. And it has the date in his header on Twitter.
You're not going to take this from Tracy Murray?
I dropped 50, dog.
Don't play with Tracy Murray.
This is our 50th episode.
It is.
Yeah.
That's a testament to our consistency, pushing forward, investing in ourselves. You know, I get text messages and DMs and fucking emails from people all the time, man, talking about, you know, how we're inspiration to them just on a day-to-day basis, whether it be from like our like conversation as far as like, you know, us bearing our souls and our real talk and all that shit, you know, just down to the fact that we're really like investing in ourselves and creating a media platform for, you know, us and for others. So
do you really get people to text you?
Yes, all the time.
I get what the fuck you mean Nas is better than Jay-Z?
Everybody in Philly has my number. So I get text messages all the time, and it really be like real like encouraging like text messages like, yo, no, like I appreciate you and your show and you and Matt, and like y'all just like got a dope ass dynamic, and I fuck with y'all.
When people hit me about the podcast, they want to argue. This shit is mad.
Like, yo, this Matt, yo man, you want some bullshit.
Next time you get a nice text, give them a number. Tell them to shoot me one.
Forward Matt the same text that you send me.
Because I'm sick of arguing over the silly shit I said on here.
Yeah. Well, today is it's my birthday.
Congratulations.
This is the actual birthday episode.
Do you say congratulations to people's birthday, or is it happy birthday?
Happy birthday.
Okay, so it's not congratulations.
I'm old as shit officially. I'm 35 years old. YBs, don't fret. I still look 26. So I'm officially 35 years old. And, you know, coming from where me and Matt come from, you make it to 35 years old, that's a fucking accomplishment. You make it to 21, it's an accomplishment.
I actually knew I was going to make it to 30.
I had no idea, because I made a commitment to myself at 17 that if this whole being the smartest guy in the room shit don't work, I'm turning to a life of crime. Luckily, I didn't have to do that.
One of my homies like turned to a life of crime, but his parents are like doctors. And like he was like, yeah, man, coming from where we come, you know, we ain't supposed to make it. I'm like, yes, we are.
You're Theo Huxtable.
Yes, we are.
You was absolutely supposed to make it.
Yeah, you are.
You derailed yourself, Darrell.
Your dad has a PhD. You were supposed to make it. Sorry to tell you. Sheik said it best, man. You're going to be older way longer than you're going to be younger.
Hopefully.
People really be saying like, yeah, man, it's a blessing to make it past 21. Not really. Like the average life expectancy is like 74.
If you out here finessing niggas every day.
Yeah, you doing silly, stupid shit.
It is a blessing.
Yeah, I can understand.
If you got money on your head.
But life expectancy is 74. You're going to be around for a long fucking time. Real shit.
Real talk,
Oh,
man.
I got on the bus the other day. Oh, Matt makes me sick, by the way. I don't even think we introduced ourselves.
I did. You didn't.
You did?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You got caught up in the fake energy and dissing me, and you missed the intro.
Ah, shit.
What do you know?
I apologize. My apologies. But dude got on the bus the other day and he was like, yeah, man, can you let me know when we get to 400 East Allegheny? And I'm like, it's on the other side of Front. We on like 18th and Allegheny.
You got a while to go.
Like, you got a while. It's on the other side of Front. He kept coming up like, yo, this my stop. This my stop. So I'm starting to get annoyed now. I'm like, yo, listen, sir, sit down and shut up. And it's on the other side of Front Street. So he came back up like, We was at like 5th and Allegheny. He like, yeah, this it right. I'm like, you said 400 East. It's on the, like, we're 5, 4, 3.
We got to get to the 0 point and then it's East.
I'm like, you don't peep. I'm starting to like get smart. I'm like, you don't understand the street signs of this? He was like, look, I just came home from 39 years, so I'm really not all the way adjusted with the street signs or whatever. I'm like, you've been in jail for 40 years.
Sit right here, my man.
I got you, bro. Right there.
You know what the fuck you got to do to go to jail for 39 years?
I'm like, leaving got to be crazy because you went in, Sanford and Son was the hottest shit on television, and now you out.
You went in, Bill Cosby was pilling bitches and it was regular.
Yeah.
You come out, they trying to railroad Bill Cosby.
I wasn't alive.
It's a whole new world. I wasn't alive by 4 whole years.
I don't even think they had the 3-point seatbelt yet.
I literally wasn't thought of. My mom had me at 15. That means she was 11.
Yeah.
She wasn't even humping yet.
Yeah, my parents met in 1980. So you've been in there for all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you want me to catch you up? Like, where do I fucking begin?
You went in there in 79. My dad probably had a full afro at that.
Bruh.
Like 79?
Fuck.
I'm like, when they like, yo, it's time to go.
What do you gotta do in the fucking 70s to get 39 years? How many people do you gotta murder in the 70s? It gotta be at least like a double homicide.
And listen, I don't even want to ask him. Like, well, I was definitely on the tip, like, what did you, like, it had to be some carnage that you got into. But
how many police did you stab?
Yeah, really. Nigga said he 39. And he looked like it. Like, when you see his face, and it's just like, he looked like he did 40 in the box.
Fuck.
It's crazy, right?
Whoever that brother is out there, man, keep your head up. God damn.
Yeah. I don't even know why we started talking about that, honestly, but it happened. It was real.
So there's that.
Yeah,
in the words of my former sales manager, so there you have that.
Yeah. 40 in the box.
Fuck.
I think it was because we was talking about, I don't know.
Oh, getting older.
Getting older. Yeah, and you was talking about how 30 years. That's right. Yeah, he did 39 in the joint. Longer than we've been alive.
Yeah. Goodness gracious, man.
Yeah.
Wherever he is meandering around 400 East Allegheny, be safe, old head. I'm sure this message won't reach you.
That was a wonderful play on meandering. That was perfect. That was a perfect setup.
Fucking Dev texted me today the definition of minutia.
Yeah,
He's like,
minutia drove him crazy on Twitter this week. I saw that so much.
Fucking minutia and meandering, man. Goodness gracious.
Oh, real quick, it's also Ra's birthday. Shout out Ra.
Happy birthday, Ra.
Ra said he might be going out. Said if he didn't, he would swing past or whatever. So, knowing Ra, he's either in Tokyo or, in the kitchen, not answering the phone.
It's a couple people birthdays a day. It's my birthday. It's Rob's birthday. My homegirl Mimi, it's her birthday. My homegirl Tania Tan Pecan, her birthday.
Fuck her. My girl's best friend's birthday is today. Chevy, her birthday. There's a lot of people who got
a lot of people birthdays.
March
29. Yeah, it's a great fucking day, man. I've already been drinking. For those of you that don't know,
Pecan, my homie, I just always fuck.
Yeah, her birthday's tonight. We having birthday party tonight at Halt Lounge, 1420 Locust Street. For those of you that catch this right when it airs or whatever, come down and get drunk with me. I've already had 2 VIPs tonight. I'm fucking lit.
You seem like now,
it's all coming
now
together.
I see it's making sense.
Had a great steak dinner.
You meandering around in the parking lot out there. Totally.
Matt's like, what the hell? You moving like a vampire. I just saw you, then I saw you go to the car, and now you're in the building. Like, what's going on here?
I literally was standing there waiting for you.
It's fucking True Blood. What's going on here?
Shit. But yeah, congrats. Here we go with congrats. Happy birthday to all the people.
Thank you, my brother.
You know what I'm saying? Especially my man right here. This week was weird as shit.
Oh man,
it was just mad weird. It's like everything that could have got weird went weird.
Yeah,
I won my cell phone case at my job and shit.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So
how what's the process of that? Like, what is the origin, then the process, and then how do you win a cell phone case at SEPTA?
Well, their thing is you're not supposed to use a cell phone on the bus.
Never ever.
Just use a cell phone on the bus. This was September of 16.
Holy shit.
When I remember I was out for 4 months.
Yeah, talk about arbitration.
Right? That's what we had to go through was arbitration. My ECU on my wrist came out of place. I felt it when it happened. I was turning the wheel, hit a pothole instantly. I'm like, what the fuck? My shit started burning as I was driving back down Allegheny. So I'm like, before I get to the end of the line, pull my phone out, I call control. I'm like, yo, send an ambulance for somebody to take me to the hospital. Like, something just popped in my round. What the fuck is going on? But this shit burning. Long story short, go down, do the MRI. He like, yeah, your ECU came out of its socket. Boom, boom, boom. They gave me cortisone injections and then put me in therapy, whatever. So, like, maybe a month and a half later, they call me like, yeah, you got a hearing tomorrow. I'm like, hearing for what? They like, a cell phone case. I'm like,
bitch, what?
I'm like, nah. Go in, they show me the video from that day. I'm like, I'm calling y'all. So this shit set off a fucking 18-month court process. We had the informal hearing at my depot. Then we had the formal hearing. Then we went to, what's the next step? We lost the informal hearing. Then we had the formal hearing, lost that. Then we had I forgot what the next step is.
Appeal?
Yeah, something like that, but it has a special name. Okay. We lost that. And
you're 0-3 at this point.
4 because shit was crazy. So 2 weeks ago, union rep called me like, yeah, we're going to expedited arbitration for your cell phone. I'm like, expedited? This shit was in 16. Like, what the fuck you mean? So long story short, it went to arbitration. He called me. The arbitrator ruled in our favor. They threw it out. Said it was unbiased and egregious, just going off of the
So my thing is, all right, how does it get all the way to that point where the prior 3 people ruling on this didn't understand that it was like some dumb shit?
I'm currently looking for employment overseas. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit just seems like it's going left.
Like, I tell people all the time, like, I talk to my friends and shit like this about this, like, when they have like work related issues. And, contrary to popular belief, I did work in corporate America for quite a long time, for like 9 fucking years. Like, so I'm not just, just blatantly just waking up this great. I actually learned some shit from some people. But I tell people all the time, like, yo, when you in work related issues, like, or whatever, in that little box of having like work related issues, my thing be relaying to like supervisors or superiors, be like, hey, if you take the work aspect out of this, if we weren't at work and XYZ happens, is it still a bad thing? No. All right, then. It's not that big of a fucking deal then.
Yeah.
Like, so if you take your work glasses off and just look at it from a regular human being and just like, it's not that bad. Like, it ain't like that meme. It ain't that deep. It ain't that deep, chief. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Now, I won my watch case without having to go to arbitration. We won that on our the actual hearing.
Gotcha.
No, before we went to hearing.
Okay.
They hit us and
spanked it at preliminary.
Yeah. The watch joint was more egregious than the cell phone shit. I'm driving on the 9 coming up Walnut Street. These motherfuckers call me like, did you hit a CCT van? I'm like, nah, I'd have known if I hit something.
Yeah.
They said, oh, pull over because she said you hit her. I'm like, all right, I pull over. There's no CCT van like at all. Like, so I'm like, tell them I'm on 20th and Walnut. I'm like, tell them to come up the street. If I like, they said it happened on 18th and Walnut. I'm like, tell them to come up the street. I'm like, there is no CCT van out here.
Right.
Long story short, the CCT van never pulls up. Supervisor pulls up and was like, here, give me like information from the CCT van. I'm like,
there is no CCT van.
It sounds like a scam. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, do a report. I'm like, how? I didn't hit anything. Long story short, they pulled the tape from the bus. We watched it from 4th and Walnut, where the 9 starts, to where I stopped on 20th and Walnut.
No CCT.
No CCT van at all. But the director was like, yeah, you touched your watch, and that's an electronic device. That's a 3-day suspension. I'm like, what the fuck? So we had to go to fucking hearing for that shit, because we fighting that.
You talk about wasting the fucking company's money.
Yeah. We went to we had the informal hearing, lost, but then they called us before we went to the actual hearing. Was like, oh, they're gonna drop the watch, John. My union rep it was a whole bunch of silly shit, but I'm just like, what the fuck? Because the watch is connected to the phone, so I tap the watch. It's like I'm texting. I'm like, why the fuck would I be texting blatantly on the camera? Like, that don't even make sense. But it's just silly shit like that.
Oh man,
yeah, just stupid shit in the goings on
of the work world.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to all my people out there with jobs and shit like that and responsibilities.
It's like, I really want to shout out Jules, man. Like, I really want to go overseas. That's what I'm looking at right now. Like, it just working here in America with everything that goes on
with Americans.
It's just like,
holy shit.
It's just getting to that point where it's just like every day I'm getting closer. Like yesterday, the motherfucker breaks down on the off ramp of 76 at 30th Street.
Okay.
Whoever designed Philadelphia, burn in hell, because Philly is only built for like at max 700 people.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
We got
it's one of the most poorly designed cities ever outside of like Boston.
We got 6 million people in this motherfucker traveling in and out.
Yeah.
And it's and when shit go left in this city, like you travel 76 all the time. You really peep it. Like when shit go left on these highways, yo, it really gets bad. Like the nigga breaks down on the off ramp. It's one you can't go nowhere.
We can't do shit.
Like if somebody breaks down on the off ramp, you just fucked.
At that point, when somebody breaks down on 30th Street off ramp, you might as well just brace yourself for like multiple accidents, because there's going to be somebody coming through there that's just not paying attention to all his backup.
Motherfuckers start backing into like motherfuckers backing up. I'm like, you backing up into a highway, right? Like y'all bugging. Anyway, whatever. I sit there because I got a 60-foot bus. I can't go nowhere. Finally, the motherfucker, they get him, tow him off, whatever. Now I'm 45 minutes late. The bus in front of me had broke down, unbeknownst to me. So there ain't been a 9 to come through in an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? So I come up, motherfuckers, man, I've been out here for a fucking hour. What the fuck is going on? I'm like, well, I'm an hour late. And I wasn't barbecuing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't like at Dorney Park, nigga. Like, I was sitting on 70 fucking.
Right. I was not at Bob's Big Boy, contrary to popular belief.
And motherfuckers just don't understand the shit, man. It's just dealing with Americans. This shit is crazy, yo.
I got somewhere to be. Where you need to go?
But the week is almost over.
I need to go drop my cat off. Like, you don't have nowhere.
And that's it was so many people out over the last 2 days not doing anything.
In the fucking way.
In nothing. Nothing. Yo, the nigga got on the bus. I dropped him off at 12th and Market. Right? I was late. I'm on the 48. I'm on the 48 in the morning. I drop him off at 12th and Market, go down Market, wrap around, and come up Arch. The nigga was standing on 12th and Arch, ready to go back to North Philly. I'm like, what did you get? A sausage from the vendor?
Came down here, bust a trap real quick.
I guess the only thing it could have been.
I got this trans pass. Nigga need 3 nicks for $12. I'm coming downtown.
Nigga grabbed a kielbasa from the fucking stand. I was going back up north. Like, yo, just not doing anything. Everybody's outside not doing a goddamn thing.
I came outside today like, oh, wait a minute, it's a real 70 degrees. Let me go far away. I thought it was gonna be like a fake 70, like 64.
No, it was actually
it was 72 today.
Yeah.
I was like, let me go far away from niggas today.
Yeah, no. What? Niggas want to fight, do all kinds of weird shit when it's nice out. Yeah, no. I'm good. They was rumbling on Chestnut Street today. Bunch of young boys and shit.
Yo, speaking of, did you see that video that went viral of the girls fighting on the train?
No, but the video of the gay guys fighting was one of the reasons I deleted my Instagram.
Oh, my Lord.
I straight deleted my Instagram the other day. I'm like,
for those of you that didn't see,
I'm sick of everybody.
There's two groups of gay guys is in a parking lot of like some off-brand fast food restaurant. Call it Rallies for all we fucking know. Mm-hmm. It wasn't one of the mainstream ones or whatever. These motherfuckers are swinging baseball bats and breaking windows on cars that apparently don't even belong to the people that they have beef with. Both of these gay guys that are embroiled in this fight are hitching a ride with somebody else.
Yeah.
So, gay aggressor number 1 breaks the person's back window, and now they want to break the window of the person's car that he's with, and then it turns into fucking Crash Bandicoot 3 in the parking lot with these motherfuckers almost running over random fat guy from Juice, and then literally crashing their cars into one another and pushing them out of the parking lot.
Yeah, I scroll my timeline. I saw that video 35 times, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm done with all of y'all. And I deleted my IG again.
I'm looking like, yo, Gay Calvin in them is wildin'. Like
I really just, like Rob was saying the other day, is like, you just got to curate your shit to be more positive. And that's really what, like,
you have to.
Even on Twitter, like I see it on Twitter, it's just like some of the opinions, some of the beliefs, like, no.
I'd be like, nope, that's stupid, jumping over that. Like, I'm hopping over dumb shit like Mario jumping over them big ass bullets in Super Mario Bros.
Like, I know people who, like, ask Rob. When I see Rob, I be like, yo, let me see your phone. Just to go on his Instagram. Because I know it's peaceful. I ain't got to deal with this stupid ass shit. Dead ass.
You know, it's mad chicks with honeysuckle perfume.
Like, it's just beautiful women, fucking yachts.
Vinyl.
it just looked nice. And I go on my Instagram and it's the ghettoest, most annoying.
Poverty.
It's just annoying, yo. And it like, I deleted my IG. I'm trying to get rid of Twitter. The thing is like I get so much news and shit.
I ain't gonna hold you. I think Twitter is first for me. Like
I mean, because you have a different Twitter experience.
Yeah.
You have like you have like the
I got bottom of the barrel Twitter.
Yeah, what was the shit where Indiana Jones where they had the
Temple of Doom?
Yeah, like that's your Twitter.
Yo,
like,
I got all the top scumbags from all around the country following me and interacting with me. Like all the horrible niggas.
What was Tekashi saying to Charlamagne? What was the group called?
Scum Gang.
Scum Gang. Yeah,
Society can't understand me.
Yeah, you got a lot of that going on.
Yo, I got the niggas from the depths of. I got a pimp from Milwaukee that's following me. I can't make this shit up. Like, how did you find my page?
That's definitely the depths. Yeah, that's bad.
They ain't pimping nowhere harder than Milwaukee.
Nah.
The nigga whole timeline is pimp euphemisms.
Yeah.
He digital pimping on a bitch.
I remember, I don't know if it was Sally Jesse Raphael or one of them, Ricky Late. Remember them?
Oh man,
she used to have the pimps on the joint, and I remember the one boy was trying to be a pimp, and he told him like, "You a square. That's why you can't be a pimp. This shit is too tough for you. Me giving you the game would be like giving steak to a baby. You couldn't digest it." I was just like, yo, that's the stone cold hardest shit I ever heard of my life. Like, what? Dog, them pimp niggas used to be funny as shit.
Ew, man. They, you know how they got rid of all the pimps? They gave them human trafficking charges.
Trafficking.
Federal.
Gorgeous Dre.
Got them right out of here.
They have stripped me of everything. They put you away for 40 fucking years for that.
For those of you out there that don't know, Tariq Nasheed was hardcore gangster pimping on a bitch, and now he's a motivational speaker.
All them pimps is Gorgeous Dre. I done pimped all over the world. The Pineapple, the Big Apple, that nigga.
Rosebud.
No, not Rosebud. Kenny Red. Kenny motivational. All of them. Cause
I've watched Kenny Red's motivational. Not. I watch his interviews. I haven't seen any of his motivational speeches yet. I don't think I'm quite ready for that yet.
Kenny Red was a motherfucker.
Ask you how many times I call a bitch, how many times you suck the trick's dick.
Yeah, Kenny Red was a motherfucker.
All right, bitch, I'm gonna talk to you later.
All right, we've been meandering around enough with the silliness.
All right, the number one trending topic in all of media is Teriyaki 6ix9ine.
Is it really Tekashi?
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, I know it's huge.
4.5 million views in one day. He's at like 7 million views.
7.4 last time I looked.
Crazy. It's the biggest topic in all of media. Every podcast that dropped yesterday and today, this is their sounding board, their lead off topic, and we will not miss the fucking boat. What did you think of the interview? Because we talked about this earlier in the week.
I think Tekashi 6ix9ine is a lot smarter than people give him credit.
He's a mad scientist.
I don't think he's young, and I feel like in this weird America that we live in, people will discredit you if you aren't like how they get. What's the name they put on all of us that are a certain age? Millennials, the baby. Like if you're not of a certain age group, they'll just disrespect anything you say or any information you have. Young boy, what he 21?
21, just turned 21.
He was making really good points.
He was making too good of a point.
He was making very and on more than one or two occasions. He had Charlamagne just like not knowing what to say.
He had him on the ropes. They did not do their homework. They came in there to try to figure this shit out on the fly and ask him typical corny radio interview questions, and he was like, nah. let's get with the shits. Like, I don't even want to talk about how my name and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Let's get with the shits. Like, let's talk about why y'all really got me here. And from there, he controlled the interview for 60 minutes straight.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was a good interview.
It was a great fucking interview. It's damn near like watching like a fencer. It's damn near like watching like the best fencer in the world, like in the Olympics, like, and just the fucking beauty and the shit, and just watching him just score point after point after point after point on his fucking opponent, and they couldn't do nothing about the shit. They didn't have no defense.
He literally had Charlamagne to the point where he was like,
I don't know nothing.
like on that joint. And I'm like, all right, yeah, because he told him like, I'm under your skin.
Because here's the thing with Charlamagne is Charlamagne tells people all the time, keep that same energy. And Tekashi came in there with the same energy, and Charlamagne was not equipped to handle it. He tell motherfuckers all the time, if you gonna be gangster, but this. And he's steady trying to talk him off the ledge, and he's like, nah, fuck that. Like, let's go. Like, I'm ready to jump off the ledge at any moment. I'm a gangster. I let my nuts hang. I'm with whatever. I'm ready to die. He like, whoa. You don't want to be saying you ready to die. He like, no, but I am though. And it's just like, he like, what do you mean? like, no, but I'm really ready to. No, but I'm really ready to die though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I tell niggas suck my dick all the time, and I'm down to die for it. Like, and it's just like, what do you say to that?
Yeah.
What do you say to somebody that successfully ran the gangster gauntlet in multiple cities and then comes onto your show and not only owns it, but continues to troll these same guys that he got problems with?
And just him saying the whole like, yo, these is grown ass men.
Yeah.
He's like, they mad at the young boy with rainbow hair.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you think about it,
like,
the young boy with rainbow hair, it's like,
y'all look kind of crazy.
y'all look
kind of crazy.
And I'm thinking about something like Game, J. Prince Jr.,
YG, Casanova.
Like these is really like old niggas. And it's just like,
and they're all serious guys in their own right. We've seen Game put hands on multiple people. We've seen people that was with Game shoot motherfuckers. Like, we know for, like, it's not no speculation. We know, like, niggas have shot and gotten shot behind him and 50's beef and him and 40 Glock beef and all that shit. These are serious guys. Mm-hmm. And a 21-year-old Mexican Puerto Rican kid that's about as tall as this fucking mic stand, got all these motherfuckers riled up to the point where like they're like marching the streets, like the Black Tiki Torch march.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the weirdest joint. Like the whole marching around looking.
Where's
for
6ix9ine at? Not here, obviously.
Yeah.
The best point of the whole interview was, yeah, I'm a gangster. I'm not stupid. And Charlamagne is just like, I don't know what to say to this. Like,
it made sense.
It made all the sense
in
the world.
Total sense.
I'm just like when Shady Black was beefing with AR-AB. For those of my Philly listeners, y'all know what was going on with that or whatever. He said, I'm not letting y'all invite me to death's door so y'all can fucking blow my brains out. No, I'm gonna launch social media warfare on y'all niggas. I'm gonna say whatever I want. I'm gonna pick and choose where I go and catch me if you can. But I'm not coming to your block so you can blow my brains out. I know how that ends. Fuck y'all. And I'm like, he got a point.
Yeah.
Catch me when you catch me.
Yeah, real shit.
And it's the same thing with Tekashi. Like, see me when you see me.
I thought the interview was very good. When he told him like this is gonna be your highest viewed interview,
and doubled and quadrupled down on it.
It's not gonna pass Birdman.
Well, nothing's gonna pass Birdman
because Birdman got 13 million.
Yeah,
but
Birdman is 2 minutes and he's an hour.
He's easily rape number 2.
Yeah,
you figure he's past Beans. Yeah. He's past Fredro Starr.
He's past Kodak Black with the fucking mask on.
They had another. He's past Monique. He's literally past all of their controversies.
I've watched this shit 3 times. I watch it every couple of days.
What's crazy is when I thought about him being Birdman, it made me go back and watch the Birdman. That was a minute and a half of just flat out greatness. All 3 of y'all. The respect.
Put some respect on my name. Yeah. I ain't gonna say it no more.
My favorite line was, "Did you pull up on Trick Daddy and Ross? I'm pulling up on you, nigga." That was the greatest. I literally said it 45 times the other day. Did you pull up on Trick Daddy and Ross? Like, I'm pulling up on you, nigga. That's just the greatest line ever. I'm pulling up on you, nigga. He had so many little quotables. I'm like, damn, why were we doing the podcast? That would have been 50 minutes of just laughter. Dog.
It'd have been the Birdman episode.
Yo.
Like, the whole shit would have been based around fucking Birdman.
Yo,
Literally.
I'm pulling up on you, nigga. That was the greatest line of that whole shit. But yeah, I don't think he passes Birdman. But as far as everybody else,
He gonna hit 10 million.
he's gonna hit a dime. Yeah.
He gonna hit 10 million for
What's
sure.
crazy is like, and this is the genius in him. I watched the interview, and then I watched like 7 of his videos afterwards on YouTube. Because I didn't even know, like, I know who he is, and I see the memes and shit, but realistically,
you're not really familiar.
But I'm sitting there the other day, and I like the Gummo song.
He like, this shit is pretty good.
That's the one that kill niggas on delay. I like that shit. And yeah, like I said, I just started watching all. He got another joint that's pretty dope with
A Boogie and Fetty Wap.
Fetty Wap. Yeah, and I'm just like,
my shit.
Yeah, like this little niggas. And then I'm looking at the views. 130 million, 110 million, 75. I'm just like, yo, this nigga got close to 1 billion views on YouTube. Like, this little nigga's a star.
Yeah, he's
like,
a megastar. And I was watching. He did Fat Joe's podcast. For anybody that really like is interested in the backstory on this kid, Fat Joe's podcast. He interviewed him and he got into his backstory. And he said that he was doing like alternative rock and like that rap / hard rock shit or whatever, and he had a big following overseas in like Slovenia and Russia and Eastern Europe and all of that shit. And he's like, he was touring crazy. Then he eventually came home and was like, yo, I gotta like create some hip hop shit. So those same people that recognize him from that shit, he still maintains that following or whatever. And for those of you that do not know, Russians consume digital content more than anybody, more than Americans, more than Western Europeans, more than fucking Asians, more than anybody. They consume the shit out of any digital content, which is why Oxymoron versus Disaster is the most viewed battle of fucking all time, because he's got a whole country of motherfuckers that don't do nothing but sit on their phones and on their fucking computers and watch YouTube.
And clean their AKs.
That's all the fuck they do. And drink Stoli.
Yeah.
That's all the fuck they do all day long. So he already had that fan base. So now it's like you pair that shit with a Western based fan base. Holy shit. That's just how you get 130, 180 million fucking views on videos consistently.
Because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, like big stars don't got hundreds of millions of views on real live videos.
Yeah.
These is like, scumbucket videos.
These are shit shot with my phone.
Yeah.
But not even the most up-to-date iPhone. Like an iPhone 4.5. Like with a lens on the joint.
What? I didn't see the whole shit with him and 50. I saw it, but I didn't watch it. What's that about?
Well, he was at This Is 50 offices yesterday. He did an interview or whatever. It came out today. And while he was there, 50 basically jumped on his Instagram. 50 posted him on his Instagram, and he basically like, he's like, tell him what you running. He piping it up, the regular 50 shit. Tell him what you running. He's like, I'm running New York, you know it. He's like, yeah, like 50 all about he with the shits. Like, and he like, nah, man, this kid got it. And then he posted on his Instagram and was like, yo, man, he was like a conversation like, yo, man, you can't be doing and saying all that crazy shit, da da da. And he was like, 6ix9ine said back to him, man, you be saying it. He was like, damn, you right, man. Do whatever the fuck you want. Like, I can't control you. I did the same shit. Fuck it.
One thing I thought was crazy was, did you see Gary Owens?
Oh my goodness,
reenacting it.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking to myself like, Young Boy got them like Charlamagne.
It ain't been a week.
It ain't been a week. They're all playing with it, like doing like the whole reenactment, like the same. And I'm just like, Young Boy got him. Like yeah, like he really that interview did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Yeah,
for him.
Yeah,
like I respect
it. Put him basically in the eyes of middle America, like the regular American urban fucking television viewer or whatever, or internet viewer that watches The Breakfast Club because they're in 80 some odd markets. He put himself in front of all of them motherfuckers, and just like you went and watched 7 videos, they all did the same shit. I guarantee.
Real shit. Like, I had to like turn the shit off. I'm like, yo, I'm just sitting here watching Tekashi videos.
I'm in the Tekashi tunnel.
Yeah. But my thing, why is it only rappers? Because this whole thing goes back to him not checking in LA, then not checking in Houston or whatever. Why is it so big on the rappers, not comedians, not random motherfucking executives? And like,
Well,
you figure a motherfucker who runs a hedge fund or something could just go to, you know what I'm saying?
wherever he wants.
I ain't got to check in when I go to LA.
Well, Big Tradey from the East Siders did an interview with Vlad, and he was talking about the concept of checking in. He's like, checking in and extortion is not necessarily the same thing, but it can be. He's like, the whole concept of checking in is basically like, hey, if you have relationships with people in a specific market or city that you're not from, why wouldn't you let somebody know where you are so that in the event that something happens to you, they can either prevent it or correct it? He like, that's common courtesy. He said, I'm the most gangsters nigga alive, let me tell it. He said, but when I go to Atlanta, I got people that I call. When I go to New York, I got people that I call. You know what I'm saying? He's like, it's just a common fucking courtesy. Like, yo, I'm in your city. I'm woo, I'm here to like, so he's like, because anybody can get got. He's like, so you ain't got to check in. He's like, so if you come into Long Beach, you ain't got to check in with me per se, but check in with somebody, because when you get your motherfucking head smacked off or somebody take your jewelry or carjack you or something, you gonna be wishing that you called a motherfucker. He like, so it's just a common courtesy thing, and really it's street smart to do so if you are aligned with certain people. Now, you could easily go somewhere and not say anything, like, but you may not necessarily be social media reporting your experience and all of that.
That's what I was saying. Like the dude who is a hedge fund manager, right? He could wear his jewelry, hop in his Bentley.
Well, he may not be, depending on where he's going. In LA, in Chicago, in he may not be able to wear his jewelry.
I think it's more so if you want to run like the nigger gauntlet.
If you want to run the nigger circuit, you need to be talking
the chitlin circuit.
If you want to run the chitlin and big feet circuit, you need to let somebody know what's going on, because that's where the wolves are. Just like Meek and Game had that whole scenario behind Sean Kingston getting robbed or whatever, but that's because nobody didn't respect Sean Kingston. So in that same scenario, if it's a hedge fund guy with 20 bottles and 130,000 worth of jewelry on, some nigga from Grape Street Crip might rob this nigga and don't give no fucks about him, because who is he? Fuck him. What is he going to do? If they don't fear for retribution, then they're going to do whatever they want to you, and that goes for anywhere. If you in Philadelphia and this ain't no big major market as far as like artists, niggas don't gotta come here. But if you at the wrong place at the wrong time, a nigga will rob you. Right. Like, so it's just one of them scenarios where it's like you just got to be mindful of where you are, who you are, and where you at, period. Like wherever the fuck you are on the map. You know what I'm saying?
Rod just texted us in the group chat that he's drunk. I'm about to block him. I'm dead. That's about to block him. Like, why are you texting me this?
So their whole stance on, you know, him and Treyway's whole stance on, you know, we don't check in, we don't go nowhere. We have relationships with certain people, but we don't check in, and we not going to check in. It's basically daring somebody to do something. And that's what we talked about a couple episodes ago about the gangster gauntlet and all of that shit. Like, you're basically daring motherfuckers to do something, because essentially what some of these guys is trying to do is probably get verses, and like, so when Tekashi say a lot of these niggas is clout chasing, he's right. The up and comers or whatever, the Jubalokes and all of that shit of the world, they really want to connect with a motherfucker that's as hot as Tekashi, take pictures, do songs and this and that, because it raises their profile. As opposed to a YG may just be saying, hey, like, I think you misrepresenting the origins of what this gang stand for incorrectly. But on the same token, YG is running around wearing thick white dress socks with dress shoes. So it's just like, it may be somebody somewhere that says you not representing Bloods. You know what I'm saying? So did
you see the picture of him like walking out of the building smiling?
Yes, man.
With the shimmery.
They said he was Luther Vandross. Young Luther Vandross. After recording Never Too Much.
After he recorded Never Too Much. Yo, oh man, that's hilarious. So, speaking of Luther, I was watching Arsenio Hall clips the other day, because somebody had posted the remember the cipher he had on the last show, and I started watching Arsenio Hall clips. Do you ever see the joint where he had Luther on there singing a cappella?
I don't think so.
Luther was mad, like, saucy. He was killing it. But Luther was super duper saucy on this joke. Luther. Yeah, man. Rest in peace, Luther, man. Damn. But yeah, anyway.
So I mean, my whole thing with this shit is this. You can check in, you can not check in. Whatever. if something motherfucking happened to your fucking ass, like it's on you at that point. Like it just is what it is, man. Like you ain't gonna have nobody to blame but your damn self. But you know, in Tekashi's case, they was out there 3 deep. They connected with who they was with. The Hoover Crip niggas took him around. Nobody touched him. Nobody even looked at him crazy when he was in Cali. Now, when he got to the airport, that was a different story.
Right.
But that was allegedly over something with somebody tried to holler at some girl that was with them guys and whatever the case may be. The other best part of the Tekashi interview, and I'll leave it at this. He's like, yeah, no. Charlamagne was like, no, those are my guys, the guys from Houston, da da da. He said, oh, the one that got the butterfly stitches. And then Charlamagne got quiet. He's like, oh yeah, now you don't want to talk. You start talking about butterfly stitches. Now you don't want to talk. Now you don't know who did what.
And he kept saying, you know, those your peoples. He's like, those ain't my fucking peoples. Yeah, man, that was a good interview though. The Breakfast Club to me is like. Yeah, it'd be like sometimes it'd be really dope. Sometimes it's just like,
well, it's dependent upon the guest.
That's
Ultimately, it's the Charlamagne show, and you know, somebody made a good point to say, in terms of the Desus and Mero, John was like, if you got 3 hosts and somebody's missing, and you don't miss him, you got too many hosts.
Yeah.
And that's basically where the Breakfast Club is at this point. Like, it's the Charlamagne show featuring DJ Envy and Angela Yee. And sometimes, like 1 out of 10 shows, one of the 2 of them had something insightful to offer, but usually they don't.
No, yeah.
And they're just an ornament, and they just fucking there just trying to chime in, trying to play double dutch, trying to get their questions off.
Yeah.
And it's usually Angela Yee, which is very frustrating because I used to listen to her show when she was on Shade 45, and it was a good, entertaining show. And she's all the way dumbed down on this fucking platform.
Yeah, it seems like that.
It's like pointless of her being up there.
Where you want to go with this? You want to talk about Fab?
Well, apparently, this is breaking news. This happened today. Apparently, Fab's long-term girlfriend, his children's mother, they got like 9 kids together, some shit like that.
Do they really?
No, they got like 3 kids.
Oh, okay.
Fucking Emily, you know, apparently they saying he put the beats to her. He put the Dre beats on her. She called the fucking, you know, police. Of course, nigger Twitter is basically saying, oh, she was cheating and he caught her cheating and this and that. And I'm like, all right, well, you know, I get that, but you know, justified or not, the end result is still you beat your bitch if what they're saying is true. And ultimately, Fab got 89 hoes all around the country. You probably could let your baby mom slide with one nigga if that was the case. But it probably was like a Floyd situation. Remember when Floyd beat his baby mama up? Oh, bitch, you out here fucking with CJ? It's probably like somebody known, and that's probably shit probably escalated very, very quickly.
I mean, you figured Fab did everything else you could do to her. Like, might as well go ahead upside her head when he's like, what the fuck? Like, everything else.
You done embarrassed her in every other fucking way possible.
Every little part of that relationship done fucking went left. Like, why not? The fuck?
That nigga been in the media with fucking 3 Philly bitches over the last 10 years. Nigga, I'm trying to get away from these hoes, and you been in the media with 3 of them. That's rough.
Fabulous, man.
Fabo.
I used to like that Emily chick too. I thought she was nice.
I brought her here Philly 2012 for my birthday party. I brought her here. She was cool as fuck. She nice. She beautiful too.
Yeah, she looked real nice.
Yeah,
but just to me, it's just like a certain level of just like, nah, I'm good. Like when shit be like super going left, and you be like, all right, whatever, I'm good. Like, it's just something about like playing the dumb joint. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna hold you. I like a good dumb joint.
I mean, again, we Temple of Doom.
Hey, man.
I understand.
Hey, man.
I understand. But
something about a chick that believe anything you say that just, you know, they really gets me going. I ain't gonna hold you.
Like if I like a woman that I can say, yo, do you want to play chess? And she like down to play, as opposed to me saying, yo, you want to play chess? And this bitch is looking up chess battles on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just some shit excite me, some shit don't.
Oh, URL?
Some shit pops, some shit don't. But it's like, she just seemed like super, like whatever. Like, and that shit just was
we
like,
all need a good dummy in our lives.
Nah, I'm good.
Matt's at a different point in his life that I'm not at. I enjoy a good dummy every day of the week. Take this $48 and have at it, sister.
So is he booked right now?
I'm sure he posted bond already. It's just a little domestic. What Martin say, just a little assault thing.
Yeah,
little assault thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be in and out.
I'm not trying to get booked for no domestics, man. I'm good on that.
Listen, you go in front of the wrong judge, you ain't getting no bond.
Yeah. I'm too big for that shit, man. Like,
what you in for, big man?
No, I ain't even talking about that. Just like,
it's not. It's no way it could go in her favor in the event that Matt start throwing blows.
I start swinging. I can't. Like, the crazy part is, like, I had a chick one time like punch me dead in the nose. Like, chick I was fucking with, and I couldn't bring myself to do it because I'm just like, if I smack you, you going through the wall.
You could have choke slammed her though.
And, I mean, well, I'm not getting it. I didn't punch her or smack her.
Okay.
But I stopped her.
You have to restrain her. At some like self-preservation is the first rule of nature. Yeah. You have to fucking, at the very least, if you're not going to fight back, at least stop yourself from getting your ass kicked.
But no, I know like niggas that like, go to town.
Oh man, listen. I knew far too many niggas that go to town.
Remember how Meek jumped on the nigga on Streets? When Jalil Beats
jumped in the air?
I know motherfuckers that like do that. It'd be like,
no, that's too much.
Dog, niggas be tripping.
That's too
here.
much. She learned her lesson, bruh. Once she hit the ground, like, she learned her lesson, bruh. Relax.
Yeah.
The two-handed acai drop kick is too much, bruh.
You ever been like in a situation with like your homie and his chick, and like you thinking they just arguing and whatever, it's just about to be over, and then like
it didn't go to blows,
and then like what they call it in boxing, the jab, like the first jab leaked through, and you like, oh, fuck is you doing?
No, I actually I've never been in that scenario.
I've been in a truck with one of them joints. Like, I'm sitting in the back seat and he driving and she in the passenger and they going at it, and I'm just like, I'm trying to get out, but like, I'm like, yo, the child lock on is on or something. Like, it's like, I just want to get the fuck out.
Let me out, though.
Yeah. And then just bow, and her head hit the window, and it's just like quiet, and I'm just like, yo, fam, like he like, no, dog, this ain't got nothing to do with you, and I'm just like, you're bugging right now. I'm a witness to this stupid ass shit.
I'm
like,
accessory.
Yeah, like cool the fuck, like yeah, man, like motherfuckers. I don't like that shit. Like I'm just one of them dudes. Like, men nowadays have this thing where like they can really fight women, and it's cool. Niggas
see it on the internet all the time.
Niggas be straight knuckling. Like, I'm talking about putting them up.
I seen a video yesterday, like some 17-year-old kid rumbling somebody's mom. In a parking lot.
I didn't click
like over a parking spot.
I seen it. Shit, they did something to the car too.
Yeah, he bust the windshield, the back windshield, and kicked in the sunroof after throwing blows with somebody's mother.
I try my hardest not to watch shit because it's just, I don't want to see it. I knew they was Negroes by I could just tell.
Of course.
And I just was like, nope, I'm good.
Of course.
Like, we need help, man. Stop beating people up.
Just in general.
Just
please.
Just keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's so hard for folk.
It's impossible. Like, it's impossible for people.
Like, were you ever like, did you like fighting when you was young?
No, hell no.
People thought I was weird. It's like, yo, I'm not trying to fight. Fighting for me is like a last resort type joke. Like, we clearly can't get on even terms,
right,
when it comes to whatever we have in a disagreement or we have opposition about. And I feel like you just about to do something stupid, so I'm gonna let one loose,
right.
And for me, it's one of them joints where it's like, if I'm swinging, I'm angry. I'm very, very, very.
Yeah, so you swinging with every intention to crush whoever.
It ain't even that. I'm just saying, like, if I'm there, I'm there.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot to get me to where I'm at that point. But I see motherfuckers, they literally be ready to fight for absolutely.
Yeah, for anything.
Like nothing. And it's like, for me,
fuck you say about my Popeye's chicken?
Your life can't be that good if you just at the
No, it's horrible.
Like, you got kids. Like, that's the weird part for me.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers got kids, chicks, dudes, whatever. what the fuck is you in the street rumbling every other day for?
Yo, I said that shit the other day. I said, fellas, if you ever see a chick that you had unprotected sex with fighting on public transportation, go ahead and get checked, man. You know what I'm saying? She's not living right, clearly. Like,
you might have rabies.
Yeah, like
it might be
I said, fuck an STD. Just get a full blood work done.
Yo,
get everything checked. Get a full scan.
Check your thyroid.
All that shit.
Everything.
You got something.
Dog.
Because this bitch is clearly out of her mind.
Off her meat rocker.
Yeah, no thank you.
I told you, bitches was ready to rumble on the bus. And the daughter, like, mom, chill, like, let it go. She's like, no, this bitch did it. And I'm just like, yo, all you niggas shut the fuck up. Like, what's wrong with y'all? What did pastor say? You niggas are crazy. That's how it
fuck is wrong with you?
Yo, wrong with y'all. That's how he driving this shit. Niggas ready to fight over a seat on the bus.
Oh, man.
Like, yo, that thing public, yo. It's real.
No, I'm saying, though, you trying to fucking play me. Like, you see me eyeing this seat. You see me walking towards this joint. Like,
motherfuckers be ready to put hands on anybody over anything.
Yeah.
The funniest is when the motherfucker who like putting hands on people get the hands put on them
man.
and then don't want no more of the hands. That should be the craziest little outcome.
Oh, you just gonna punch me all in the face, huh? It was a video on social media from the past few years, boy on the bus, and he was like acting super duper crazy, and somebody just beat the dog shit out of him, and he was just sitting there like looking crazy.
I think I remember that. I think that was on the 40s. It was Philly, right? I think it was the 47. I think.
Yeah, dude got the shit beat out of him. He was selling hella wolf.
That's the boy when the bull hit him. He got done hitting.
Yeah.
He like looked up with like the shit. Yeah, that was on the 47. Yeah, I remember.
Just gonna hit me? Yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah, man, motherfucker just be out wild and doing silly shit. Hey, all right, so we got fat.
Yeah, that's.
All right, this is what I really want to talk about. This Howard University shit. Because this shit is like, it's got a lot of moving components.
Yo, it's so much to it, bro.
The bull is a fucking legend, dog.
He's literally the finesse king. Like,
this nigga's we already got like our front runner for finesser of 2018. It's this nigga. You explain to him who my man is.
All right, so fucking Tyrone Hankerson, third-year law student. That's right, third-year law. You know what that means? He's weeks away from graduating. Yeah. It was discovered that from 2007 to 2016, he, along with 5 other financial aid office employees, embezzled scholarship grants and loan monies from multiple, companies or whatever like that were, dispersing loans through Howard University. And he, along with them, embezzled over $1 million over that 9-year period. Mm-hmm. And he's the head of this organization apparently, because he's the most flamboyant out of all of them who was taking this money. And they said at minimum he pocketed another $100K the last 2 years.
Right.
So he was taking lavish trips to Europe and Japan and all these fucking places. He had a personal videographer to film and photograph his every move. He was driving a Range Rover on campus. He had a fucking $12,000 reversible shearling coat.
No, the reversible shearling was $2,600.
$2,600.
The mink was $12,000.
Then he had a $12,000 mink. He had fucking like a $5,000 Gucci tote bag and all this other shit. And like they was reading some of his captions from his Instagram. He was talking so spicy.
The nigga captions when he's walking with the bag. The caption said, I can't believe how brazen this nigga is. The caption said, another semester down, another bag secured. I'm like, yo, how did they not know what the fuck was going on? This nigga was brazen as shit, dog.
There was literally multiple instances of kids that had to transfer, drop out of school, take semesters off or whatever, because the allotment for financial aid for the school was maxed out. But lo and behold, it's because these motherfuckers was embezzling the money. Mm-hmm. So the money that was set to go to legitimate people that needed it wasn't even in the disbursement because they fucking took it.
You'd already burned through that.
No. I already booked motherfucking Uzbekistan bike tour. Yeah. I'm sorry, little homeless poor chemistry student.
Nah, we going to Tokyo. Gotta get these Yeezys.
I'm gonna get the Yeezys from Yeezy. You know what I'm saying? You playing motherfucking games.
Yeah, that's crazy. Motherfuckers straight dropping out of school. Jesus.
Great.
Yo, when you watch like what's the show I like on MSNBC? It's
Shark Tank?
no the RIP Camaro Rob. He would always talk about Shark Tank.
American Greed or something?
American Greed. Like when you watch them shows, like motherfuckers don't give a flying fuck about ruining your life to get they bent.
Motherfuckers literally will ball till they fall.
But my ball until you fall is great.
No, but they will in the scamming world.
Like
they will go so hard, they'll fly under the radar for a certain amount of time, and then at some point they'll just get so arrogant and just go so hard that they unravel themselves. Like it don't even be nobody like picking up on shit. They just do too much.
You ever watch Madoff? The Bernie Madoff story, the 4-part John with who was that did Bernie Madoff? Was that Richard Dreyfuss?
De Niro did that HBO movie.
No, they did a 4-part
the
Madoff
miniseries.
It was a miniseries.
Yeah, I think it was Dreyfuss.
It was Richard Dreyfuss, I think. But Bernie Madoff was so crazy with it. Remember, he wouldn't take his assistant's money.
Yeah.
But then his assistant was like, she's trying to do this, that, and the third, and she wanted to put her house up, and so he straight took her brand. It was just like, they be ruthless.
Yeah.
Like ruthless.
You know it's a scam.
You know it's a scam. You understand what you're doing. They don't give a fuck, dog. That shit wild. You watch that American Greed shit, man, and see some of the shit that they was doing.
Yeah.
It just like, damn, yo. Like, I'm talking about people straight homeless, living on the street. Like, they don't give a flying fuck. Dude took $60 billion. Do you know how crazy that is? 60 billion. They said when they got to the fund, that shit had 200 million left. Like, damn.
Can't pay no fucking body.
Here go the wild part though. His son killed himself. What happened with the other son? The other son went on he's just away, I guess. Yeah. No, the other son died. The one son died from cancer. The other son killed himself, hung himself in the New York City loft. His wife divorced him. They took everything from the family, from the wife, but then they gave her like $1 million back. Like, you can keep this M,
right?
And go ahead and live your life. But she like lived with like family or something. Like she got dog. When you go from like super $1 billion scam shit down to like nothing,
to pennies,
it's
enough to make you jump off a building.
Yo, the son straight killed it. Crazy part was the son wasn't in on it.
Right.
Neither of the sons were in on it.
They didn't know about it.
But the son just was like so embarrassed and so fucked up, straight committed suicide.
Shit is rough.
That scam. Yo, we deal with it a lot here in this city.
Yeah.
All you scammers that just scamming anything. That's a dirty.
Yeah.
Like, you're not getting into heaven. Like, I ain't even trying to go biblical on you, but you're not getting into heaven.
It is, though.
You know what I'm saying? But that scamming shit is a wild, like, I don't even understand how it get to that point, yo. Where you just like, yo, this is what I'm gonna do.
This is my path. I got this.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just do this. That's crazy. My thing is him driving around the school in a Range Rover, it's like,
don't nobody know nothing? Ain't nobody seen nothing?
Didn't nobody was like
Dutta Man, Keisha, don't nobody know nothing?
Howard is in DC. I guess you probably.
That shit is in the hood.
I guess you probably would need a sheep shearling then, because I want to say like, why the fuck do you need a sheep shearling? But all right, yeah, in DC you probably need one.
Yeah, that shit is dead in the hood.
Yeah, Howard's super in the hood. Yeah,
super hood. You get your issue like 4 blocks from Howard, any direction.
You get your issue. I love that shit.
Straight up, like Howard is in the danger zone. When Biggie say you in the danger zone, you shouldn't be alone. That's Howard University. Clark Atlanta, same shit. You in the danger zone, you shouldn't be alone. The motherfucking Southwest Atlanta projects is up against Clark Atlanta University. Mm-hmm. I know, I went there.
Yeah,
that shit is rough.
You get your issue. Damn. So what? So I don't understand. I saw all of the kids storm the joint tonight. Did you see that?
No.
They like stormed the admissions office at Howard.
Oh, nice.
And they were chanting "Bitch Better Have My Money" by Rihanna. And I like,
what is this going to solve, nigga?
Listen, I get it. I get y'all are angry. Y'all
Bitch better have my
but
money.
coming in there singing "Bitch better have my money." But did you see the boy Stephen Clark? He got shot 20 times by the Sacramento PD.
Yeah.
His brother and a bunch of people stormed the city council meeting last night, and his brother had beats on, and I thought that was kind of strange. Whatever. I don't know if they was his brother's beats or whatever.
Yeah.
But they stormed the city council and took over basically the mayor joint in front of the mayor. Like he hopped up on the desk in front of the mayor. And at first it was just weird because he was like dancing. And I was just like, yeah, this isn't getting nowhere. But then he finally got down and got on the mic and started making the whole situation is just nutty. You know what I'm saying? It's like the shit just continues to go on and on and on. And like Black the other day on Twitter, he was like, yo, they were talking. The cops who killed Alton Sterling won't face any charges.
No charges.
And Black was like, is this the boy that got shot running away from the cop? And I'm like, nah, that was Walter Scott.
Yeah, this is the boy that got fucking choked.
This is the one that got choked and shot in front of the store.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, it made me start thinking about like,
there's literally multiple.
Terrence Crutcher and Sean Bell and what's the one that got choked out? I can't breathe. Damn,
oh, man.
I feel terrible. I'm not remembering the name. Yeah, right. Because I'm drawing a complete blank right now.
Yeah, that's bad.
Eric Gardner.
Yeah.
Was it Eric Gardner?
Yeah.
Eric Gardner, and just started thinking about all of these different little situations, and it's just like, yo, it's been way too many of these. Yeah. When do it end? They said that the police said he went for his wallet or his cell phone. He went for a cell phone. They thought it was a gun. Then the other cops said they thought it was a crowbar. I'm like, come on, y'all.
What the fuck I'm supposed to do?
Yeah, it's a mess. But either way, like I said, they stormed the admissions office screaming Rihanna's "Bitch better have
That's
my money."
not gonna get anybody anywhere.
And I'm just like, I don't know if this helps or does anything, but they did it nonetheless. And that's fucked up. Like having to drop out of school, that's drawing like shit, yo. I don't understand though. So, because I didn't go through it. I guess you went through it, so you would understand more than I do. So the school gets a certain amount of money from
whoever issues this various financial aid. So it's like, as far as like grants and scholarships go, it's just like it's an allotment that's pooled for each university or whatever, right, based off of admission rates and grades and this and that, whatever, how many people apply for it, woo. So say if it's $500K for this grant, it's probably more than that. It might be, $4 million or whatever for this grant, So literally once it's used up, it's gone. So it's like, that's why they have deadlines and shit for stuff like that, as far as like the applying process and all that. So if you don't apply but for a certain time, then it's, then the money is gone. But if they see at a certain date that it's a surplus or whatever of the grant, all right, cool. They might just say, all right, well, it's an extra $400K surplus in this joint. We're going to take 56,000 or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Amongst the 6 people or whatever, we're going to take 56,000. We're going to put this amount in this account, We're going to split it up. And then by the time, they get toward the actual deadline, or they might, sometimes with grants or whatever, they file an extension. You got an extra 3 weeks or whatever to apply. So then you might have all these people who was expecting this loan to come through, or this, or whatever the case may be, or now they qualify for this grant or scholarship. They may apply for it now. So now, once you get down to the last minute, that 56,000 could have went to 10 students or whatever the case may be, but y'all that fucking went and bought Birkin bags with the shit or whatever the case may be. So it's like one of them scenarios where it's like, they probably, they knew the disbursement schedule. You got to apply by this time. This is the amount. It's usually this amount of surplus. We're going to take this amount. And then once you get to the fucking actual deadline, you got people coming in at the buzzer that want to apply for the shit, but now it ain't no more money because they took it.
Yeah.
So it's just like a crazy like situation all the way around the board.
Yeah, he said he was getting a lot of like thoughts and prayers and shit. And I'm just like, who's praying for this?
Who's praying for a fucking scammer?
Like, y'all wasting y'all prayers, man.
Yo, did you hear about the shit? This was the donkey of the day the other day. Did you hear about the shit where the guy from the Bronx, he won a $96,000 cash settlement for a car,
and got robbed
for a car
by
accident?
Yeah.
He got lined up by strippers. So for those of you that didn't hear it, I forget this guy's name, but he's from the Bronx, which, you know, some of the craziest motherfuckers in America are from the Bronx.
Yeah.
He won a cash settlement for $96,000. If you got a check for $96K today, what would you be doing with the money?
Me?
Yes. What would Matt be doing with the money? What's the first thing you would do with the money?
The first thing, like,
as a reasonable human being, what are you going to do with the money?
Did they give him? They gave him cash or gave him a check?
They gave him a check, and
They gave him
like
a
a
check.
cashier's check.
So they give me a check. The first thing I'd probably do is pay off me and my lady's debt, credit
But
cards.
before that,
What would I'm telling you what I do?
no. So you're not going to go to the bank and deposit said check?
If it's a check, I'm at. I don't. That's what I'm.
This motherfucker went to the bank. And
You got to remember, I'm a human. So it's like
motherfucker went to
the
the-
money's in the bank. I don't have any money on me.
No.
That's-
He
I'm
went
like,
to
what?
said bank and cashed the check. Cash me out, $96K.
Oh
Run
yeah, that's
me
why I was
my money.
asking. Like he took 96 cash.
Yes, he took it in cash. So they give dickhead cashier's check. Instead of putting it in his bank account like a good, normal, upstanding citizen, Nizzle, I don't trust banks. Cash me out. The next step is...
Real quick, so nigga I know, I ain't gonna put him out there. He doesn't trust banks. This nigga walks around with everything he owns. I told him, somebody gonna wrap a pipe around your fucking head one of these nights.
They gonna be like, oh shit, it's $17,000 free money. Thank you.
This nigga does not trust banks. The weirdest shit on earth.
So this dumb fuck then proceeds to go to a 2-star motel in the Bronx with $96K cash on him.
You being nice with 2 stars. With a motel in the Bronx.
With not one, not two, but 3 $30 hookers with a duffel bag full of cash on him. So as they're in there and they're getting into it, the hookers say, hey, do you mind if we call a friend over to deliver us some beer and cigarettes? Sure, it's a party. He was surprised to discover that the guys delivering the beer and cigarettes were wearing masks and brandished the firearm and robbed him of said money. He has now gone on the record to say he's so disappointed and hurt that this happened to him, and he really, really needed this money to move his family out of the Bronx.
Y'all gonna do this to my family? Huh?
Nigga, what do you mean?
I love people, man.
With 96,000 in a duffel bag, the last thing that we're thinking is that you need to move anybody anywhere.
These 2-bit hookers ain't shit.
Y'all bitches gonna rob me?
Bitches set me up.
I had a big tip for y'all hoes. So now, apparently, the 3 hookers and the 2 bandits are now on the lam, needless to say, with $96,000.
Man. Motherfuckers is fools, man.
You have to, like, the jokes literally write themselves sometimes.
Fools. Man. America is the craziest place.
He didn't even... Do you watch Shameless?
No.
So on fucking Shameless, Frank Gallagher, this motherfucker got like a $220,000 settlement or whatever. He shot himself and like fractured his leg, and he had some crazy like an Aflac policy or whatever that paid him out. So this motherfucker goes and cashes the fucking check, and he's walking around with like $220K in cash. But at the very least, he went to like a high-end gambling place. He went to like the best hotel in the city or whatever, like the fucking Ritz-Carlton of Chicago or whatever. This motherfucker went to a 2-star hotel with no surveillance, no security, no fucking nothing in the middle of the Bronx. Like on Fordham Road or some shit like that.
That's crazy, man.
Needless to say, I do not feel sorry for him or his family, and he's a fucking idiot.
Like, honestly, there are some people who really just can't be like free on a, like, I'm not trying to be funny. Like,
No, some people need supervision.
if you get a check for 96 grand, honestly, and this ain't talking shit, and I'm pretty sure you on the same accord, you have things. So it's like, there's no reason for me to walk around with a bean on me. For what?
Like, I said on Twitter, I said, listen, the only time you need $96,000 in cash on you is if you're buying 10 pounds and 3 bricks. That's the only reason to have $96K in cash on you.
Really?
The only reason. Other than that, you are making a mistake here. I don't care if you go into the car, whatever you're about to do with $96,000 is a bad idea.
Nothing.
If you about to go buy a car cash, it's a bad idea. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
If you about to go buy a home cash, it's a bad idea. Don't do it.
I mean, you can buy them cash. You just don't need to take cash.
That's what I'm saying. Actual cash, like 10,000.
You know the bull,
20,000.
the bull who at the time he had won the biggest lottery ever. His name was Jack something, but he won $316 million. He actually won the Powerball twice. He won it for $2 million, then won it again for $316 million. But he was on Curse of the Lottery, and this motherfucker, he won $316 million. His granddaughter, who was living with him, got like addicted to crystal meth and she died. This motherfucker was going to the strip clubs and he was bringing $500,000 in a bag
at
to
a
the
time?
strip, but he was getting robbed. Like he'd bring $500,000, get robbed, and then go get another $500,000 and come back the next day.
Yo, bitch ass niggas can't fade me. I'm back with another 500.
This an old white man. Like this nigga motherfucker, they said he got robbed 5 or 6 times for $500,000.
How about this? Go to another strip club.
Or ask them to come over. Something.
Anything is better than what you doing.
But they said he was getting robbed left and right for fucking boatloads of fucking money.
I mean, at least that's kind of like philanthropic. Like he's really kind of like giving back to the streets. You're gonna allow a motherfucker to rob you 5 times. Good looking, old head.
You come tomorrow?
I'll see you tomorrow, nigga.
What's tomorrow? Thursday? I mean, yeah.
Tomorrow, light day. I'm only gonna have 300 on me tomorrow.
That's cool.
That's cool. I'll see you tomorrow, man. Have a nice night.
Hey, give my man a drink.
Red, is that you?
Yeah.
No, this ain't me. Drop the bag though.
Yeah, man, motherfuckers is crazy. Like, money is wild. You know that root of all evil shit.
Yeah.
Like money make people act crazy, and not even a lot of money. What some people perceive to be like. I was watching Dan Bilzerian today, and he was talking about that shit. Like, yo, somebody, you give somebody a Lamborghini, they fucking be going crazy. It's like me, I had them all, so I don't really give a fuck about it. Like, some people, to me, $96,000, it's not a lot of money. It is. It's good money. It's
good money.
But it's like, it really, you like when you was about to ask me what would I do with 96 grand, I was dead. That's about to be like, pay down all our debt, and we'd probably use a chunk of it for a down payment on our next crib.
Right.
And I really like I'm not.
That's it.
Like, and the rest is going in the bank. Like, I hooked my sisters, a couple things. Like, but it's like, hookers in a 1.5-star motel. Like, I'm not about to be at the Blue Moon. You know what I mean? Like
the Lincoln Motel.
Yeah, like that just don't make no sense. What's the real scumbag Green John out there on the Summit Inn? Like, I'm not about to be up in there.
I can't say who said this, but somebody very influential in my life was like, "Oh yeah, no, back in the day, that was my John." He said they had the short stay, 3 hours. He's like, "Y'all got motherfucking 2 hours and 34 minutes more than what I need." I'm in and out. 2 in the afternoon.
I keep it a beam with you, though. I remember one time I went to what's the real scumbag John with the rooms with the all the shit in them, the feather nests.
Oh man,
yo, and the room we had, I forgot which room. It was the Egypt, the one that was like King Tut. Yo, the motherfucking. Yo, I was so pissed.
He fucking Tutankhamun and shit.
I mean, the motherfucking they sold us on the room and was like, yeah, you get a bottle of champagne. Whatever, I get in the room, it was a bottle of Verdi. Like, this ain't no motherfucking champagne.
This shit is Champipple.
This piece of shit ass fucking motel. The feather dust.
Oh god.
One of the old heads at my job, he always talk about the end of the dove. He's like, I go up there, get the room with the pool in it. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers is freaked out. Ew, but yeah, man, like, you don't want to be in a scumbag motel with 90 racks. That's just stupid.
That's a horrible idea.
That's a bad idea. Honestly,
you don't want to be in a scumbag motel with 5 racks.
I was gonna say, you really don't want to be anywhere with 90 if you don't gotta be.
It's a bad idea. Like, all the way, it's just a bad. It's like, what am I about to do? like it's like a flow chart. Like, what am I about to do? Go to church. Grab 90 racks, yes or no? No. Like, where are you going? What am I about to do? Go to the gun show. Grab the 90 racks, yes or no? No.
I get hyped for the day where I can come in and just get markers. And because cash is filthy, honestly. It's
it's disgusting.
Cash is dirty as shit. So it's like, cash really only excites poor people. And that's not a diss. Like, people see cash and be like, ooh, like hype. And like, for me, even when I see like Floyd do like count out of, it's just like, dog, we know you a millionaire. You don't
Damn,
have
they're
to,
a billionaire.
You don't have to count out $1 million right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything. Like, so that's funny as shit though. Lord, that's funny.
Yeah, 96K. Goodness gracious.
96 racks. Hey, March Madness is going on.
Yes, it is.
Real quick.
Is it ever going? Like, it's going.
I want to ask you a serious question because me and Rob was talking about this the other day. For those of y'all who don't know, March Madness NCAA tournament, the 4 teams are Loyola, Villanova, Kansas, and who's the other team, Taylor?
Michigan.
Michigan. There you go.
Gotcha.
And it's crazy because all we've seen is the old white lady in the wheelchair, right?
Sister Jean.
Sister Jean. See, they are. She's gonna be.
She's a phenomenon.
She's gonna be Saint Jean. Like, I'm telling you. And me and Rob was talking about it the other day. Do you feel like they're oversaturating you with this woman based off of the fact that it's an older white woman?
Of course.
If Sister Jean was an older black woman,
You would seen her one time, maybe.
like, my thing is, for the Final Four, this is supposed to be their moment. You don't even know who the niggas is on this
Yeah,
team.
you don't know who the niggas on the team. You don't know who the fucking dean is. You don't know who the athletic director
coach,
is.
none of
this
that
is supposed to be a shining moment for the whole program, like a marquee moment in the history of the school. This is a landmark.
And all they're showing you is this old white woman.
Yeah.
And I'm
Because that's the tugging at the heartstring shit. That's the fucking Cinderella story. Like, oh, this older lady that just wants to see, she just loves Loyola basketball. Like, it's like that dumbass shit.
what did she do? Did she like found Loyola or something? I don't even know what she did.
Nobody knows. Symbolism, though.
Yeah.
Symbolism goes a long way in this fucking country.
It's been a crazy tournament though. Like all the upsets and all
They
of the,
said like there are no perfect brackets left.
they said after Loyola, was it Loyola? No, what was the 16 that beat the one?
UMBC.
UMBC beat
Virginia.
Golden Retrievers.
They said that it's 17.3 million brackets. None of them was good. Nobody had a perfect bracket.
I think they said now there's literally 550 brackets in the whole country that had these 4 teams picked for the Final Four, but they didn't pick them the way that they got.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're so.
I remember I did one of them bracket pools. That was actually the John where I thought I was going to put hands on Clint. Remember Clint owed me the money and shit. That was the year UConn won.
Okay.
And I had Kemba and them
Kemba
winning.
Walker, yeah.
I had Kemba and them winning it. But the shit was all fucked up, of course.
Right. Yeah, the path was.
But basically, when the championship game got to it, I needed UConn to win for me to go ahead of everybody in the points, and UConn won it. That's how I won the shit. So,
got you.
yeah, I've been through that before. Real quick, we were talking about the old head of my job always starts some basketball shit with me, and it's funny because we were just talking about all of this. LeBron passed Jordan last night for most consecutive games with 10 points or more.
Okay.
Right? He now has 887, I believe, and Jordan has 886. And Kareem is on the list, and then Karl Malone. And I'm like, damn, Kobe not up there? Like, that's kind of crazy, but whatever. But anyway, we started talking about sports and shit, and then he started talking about, the Dream Team.
Yeah.
And I told him the Dream Team that y'all know from 92 would get absolutely annihilated if they played a Dream Team from this day. And he like, you fucking kidding me? I'm like, nah, dog. Like, LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Steph Curry. I'm not taking, these are Americans because no Europeans.
Yeah, Anthony Davis,
Boogie Cousins, and DeMar DeRozan. They would absolutely annihilate the Dream Team. And I'm trying to explain to him, because we get into this a lot, this whole nostalgia thing. We were talking about it earlier.
We talk about it all the time.
And the dream team as y'all know it, like as it is presented to y'all, all you get shown is, oh, it's the greatest team ever. It was the greatest team assembled. You don't even realize that they were playing like Angola and shit.
They were
like
playing third world countries, and you don't realize that Larry Bird was basically a dead man.
The dream team in '92. A lot of them were washed or closing in. Yeah. Like Larry had a round back. Once Larry had a round back, it was over. Larry with a mullet, like the straight out of Compton. It's like, all right. Cool, but Larry, I could take Larry with a round back. Like, it was bad. Like, the motherfuckers don't even realize Larry wasn't even practicing with the team. Like, Jordan had his 5, Magic had his 5, Laettner was in charge of food and beverage, and Larry would be sitting over there in the corner not bothering nobody. And they 5s used to go back and forth. It was Jordan, Barkley, because I watched it. Jordan, Barkley, Chris Mullin, Ewing, and
Robinson.
No, he was on Magic Squad. Magic Squad was David Robinson, Stockton Malone, Clyde Drexler, and Magic. Jordan's was Ewing, Jordan, Pippen, Mullen, and Barkley. Holy shit. And then Christian Laettner, he's just, like I said, he was food and beverage. And Larry would be over there reading the fucking paper.
In Dutchess.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm trying to explain to him, I'm like, the way sports works, because we get into this argument all the time, the LeBron, Jordan, the basketball then, basketball now. The way things work in life, it just moves forward. Yeah. Remember when the CL, the 01 CL?
Oh, my
man Jock had one. Them shits was like spaceships. I seen one yesterday. I'm like, whack now. Like, but that's just how it goes. Things move along and become better. You know why? The new S-Class coupe is totally, it just dominates what the CL was. It's just the way things work.
Years better.
It's just the way it go. So it's like, you look at the 92 Dream Team, I was trying to explain to him, if they took the best players from 2002, they would have washed them.
Right.
He's like, oh, you got... I'm like, dog, 2002 Shaq, 2002 Kobe, 2002 AI,
Tracy McGrady,
2002 T-Mac, 2002 Vince, 2002 Ray Allen, 2002 Tim Duncan,
Kevin Garnett,
2002 Kevin Garnett. I'm like, they'd have destroyed them. Fucking Gary Payton and Latrell Sprewell guarding Chris Mullin in garbage time. He wouldn't have got off in garbage time. Like, that shit would have been bad. Yeah. But if you take them, you take those guys I just named and put them out there with LeBron, KD, Anthony Davis now, they'd just run through them. Yeah. They would literally just run through them.
Yeah. It's like, for whatever reason, the nostalgia aspect of like when we grew up and what we remember and who we like and all of that makes people irrational when it comes to like sports analysis, because everything else in life has gotten better. Like 20 years ago, we had like fucking Sprint flip phones that like all you could do was call. That's all the fuck you could do. Now you got a phone right here that you could like call the president. You could like text some hoes. You could fucking order delivery from GoPuff. Like, you can do anything literally with your phone. You could take 8 megapixel pictures, like all types of shit. But for whatever reason, we refuse to believe that athletes have evolved in that same 20-year time period.
It's just insane.
It's retarded. Like, it's just counterproductive to everything that we're taught about innovation and technology and how an advancement. It's counterproductive to everything else that's going on. Like, so you mean to tell me this one particular thing doesn't evolve? No,
it just doesn't make sense.
It just doesn't make sense.
It's absolutely doesn't.
So you think Johnny Unitas could get on the fucking on the football field today with them lazy ass ducks and play against fucking the honey badger and all these crazy motherfuckers? No. Fuck no.
Oh,
he'd be dead in 4 games.
Real shit.
He'd be going to his funeral.
It's like, I respect people that come before, but motherfuckers just gotta understand everything. What guns, television, everything shit fucking evolves.
Like, a motherfucker gonna show up with a musket against a bunch of fucking
you didn't even gotta go that far. You just look at like a Gen 1 Glock to a Gen 4 Glock. It just look at like or a XDM Mod 1 to a Mod 2. It's just things evolve. Everything moves along. I'm telling him, I'm like, he's like talking about how much better than LeBron Jordan is at all these things, and I'm like, yo, you for their careers, LeBron has a better field goal percentage, a better 3-point field goal percentage. He averages more rebounds, he averages more assists. The man is literally a pass first facilitator. He's already passed Jordan in playoff scoring. He's gonna pass him in regular season scoring. Yeah. He just had he's in a 2,000 point season in which he's playing every game in his 15th year. Like, you've never seen nothing like that. I'm like, you take the 5 positions from the 90s that y'all love. He's stronger than Patrick Ewing. He bigger than Charles Barkley. He faster than Pippen. He shoot better than Jordan, and he's smarter than Gary Payton.
He has the body of Karl Malone.
It's just fucking
like
crazy.
Weight and height of Karl Malone.
He fast. He jumped higher than Dominique. Like, did you see that dunk he had on Nurkic? He was 3 feet over.
Yeah. He jumped from the fucking dots.
It's just and you look at like Antetokounmpo. He's good. Like in the next couple years, do you know he runs the court in 6 steps?
It's crazy.
This is fucking crazy.
They was talking about the kid Ayton that's coming out from Arizona or whatever, and they was saying like if Ayton was to come out into the draft like 7 or 8 years ago, he would be one of 2 players that are like him. But coming into the league now, there's literally 10 guys that do the same shit as him.
Exactly.
Like you got Kat, Porzingis, Antetokounmpo, Embiid, who's probably the best out of fucking all of them. He's like he literally is just falls in line with that's the mold of the future NBA dominant player is a 7-foot guy who can handle the ball, step out and shoot threes, rebound, defend, block shots, steal the ball, lead the break. Like it just is what it is. Like these freakish athletes are going to be the norm. You're going to have teams that are going to have 5 Ben Simmons on them in 10, 12 years.
Yeah, hell yeah.
This is going to be regular.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I'm saying it the other day, though. I'm like, I understand who Jordan is, and I respect him. I think Jordan is one of the best competitors ever, one of the best scorers ever. But when it just comes to all-around basketball play,
it's nobody better than LeBron.
I don't even I get it that you feel that way, but me personally, my opinion, I'm an original LeBron hater. Do you understand that?
Right.
I'm an original LeBron hater because I loved Kobe that much that I was like, I'm not fucking with Bull. Fuck him. Fuck is he throwing up the rock sign? That nigga ain't on the rock. I used to be mad as shit at Bron. But it's like, like watching it go on and watching what it is and just how it just continues to be. He really the other night had 40 on 14 for 24 shooting with 12 assists and 9 boards, and it just like that's day in and day out for him.
Yeah.
Like LeBron really has made having 30, 12, and 9 like it's normal as shit.
And it's not.
It's not even a thing. That's it's nuts. And my biggest thing with LeBron is for him, all the people like, oh, he don't got that scorer's heart, or he don't got the what's the thing they always say?
Oh, the killer instinct.
The killer instinct. He might pass everyone on the scoring list. If LeBron finished with the scoring title, that's fucking insane.
They've already proved through the advanced statistics that he's better than Kobe in crunch time.
Yeah. That's not even
they
close.
They proved that shit 2 years ago. Like, and I'm just like, why is this still a thing? Like, why are we still talking about it?
The thing with LeBron is LeBron doesn't have the shots. Like how Kobe pulled up from 37 and hit the 3 to send the Lakers to overtime against Portland, then hit the 3 to win it in overtime, like against the Kobe stopper. Like Kobe has those. Jordan has the pull up on Craigie. Like he has them. The last shot on Byron Russell. LeBron crunch time isn't the shot. LeBron's crunch time is the block and then the steal, and then come down and throw the alley-oop that leads to the, like, They were showing it the other night. One of them games, in the last 4 minutes of the game, he had 8 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. In the last 4 minutes of the game. It's like, that's LeBron's clutch. Yeah. Is every goddamn thing. The joint against, what was the last game before IT got traded? Remember IT tried to jump in his arms and he like ignored him?
Yeah.
Who did they play? The Timberwolves. They came down. The Timberwolves had the ball with like 12 seconds left. Remember he blocked Jimmy Butler's shot. Then he came down and hit the foul shot. That was when he was running like this. It's like that's Bron at the end of the game. Yeah. Like block Jimmy Butler's shot. Now we going this way. Boom, hits the shot. It's like LeBron, even the block in the finals. Like that's LeBron. It's like it ain't the shot. It's everything on a fucking court. That's just how he is. So it's like the clutch, John. I don't even want to argue that no more. But for me, I think just all around, it's just what it is. And then as you go forward, you go 15, 20 years down the line, somebody might come along and he'll be better than him because the game is just evolving and it's just where it goes. Sports is weird. It's like sports and rap are the two things where nostalgia kicks in and people just like No, Uzi not hot. And you like, he's pretty hot.
No, he's very hot.
He's pretty hot.
He's
pretty hot.
He has a song that's about to do 10 million. He's very hot.
Drake not a legend. Nah, he's
been a legend for about 5 years now.
I was gonna say, but all right, he's been a legend for a while.
It's been a while.
You know, and I just feel, I don't know why it's like that. Sports and music, just the nostalgia things kick in, and it just goes into like overdrive.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't understand.
Well, you know what it is? With music specifically, people have certain memories of where they were, who they were with, who they was dating at the time, when they fell in love and shit like that, what was going on in the media that are tied to music. So those moments make people fall deep in love with, music. And music is just something that makes people just fall in love with it, period. But people like me and you are smart enough to be able to compartmentalize that. Yes, that was hot for the time, but this shit is hot for its time also. It may not necessarily be better, but it is viable in its own right. And a lot of people just can't get past what they like to acknowledge that something that's not immediately tied to something emotional for them is dope as well.
Yeah.
And that's just what a lot of it is with like the new rappers. Like Lil Uzi Vert is clearly a fucking amazing talent because the super rap niggas of his generation, the G Herbos and all of that shit, respect his pen. So what does that tell you? That he could turn that shit and turn it off. He just doing what he got to do to get the bag.
Yeah.
Like in the rock star shit just opens him up to a whole nother fucking audience or whatever. And he's making tons of fucking money. He just did an Uber commercial. They came to Philly 2 different times to shoot this commercial. He didn't show up both times and they still came back and shot this shit anyway because we gotta get fucking Lil Uzi on this fucking commercial. Like,
it's real.
His star power is on a different fucking level and he just literally out here doing whatever he wants and it's all driven by his music.
I think people are influenced too by people they respect or people they like look up to.
Yeah.
And it don't even be like celebrities. It'd be like,
The nigga up the street.
Yeah,
the
like
nigga with the loud.
Yeah, exactly. The nigga with the loud. Like motherfuckers will straight hear him say something and be like, "Oh no, that's what it is." That. And I just never was one of them. Like I like having my own opinion. So it's like, I got into it the other day on Kev's post with one of his fucking weird ass friends about the whole Jordan LeBron shit. And I'm like, I respect Jordan's the man. And I'm not like people think it's like a diss. Like, I'm not putting Jordan at 97th.
Putting him at 2.
I just don't think he a better all-around player than LeBron. I'm sorry. The one thing you hold over him is the scoring and LeBron going past him. And he shoots better than him from the field. And he grabs more boards and more assists. And I'd rather have him running my offense. And he's going to do it for longer because he's been out there for 15 years. For me, I just don't really see the correlation of the argument. But that's going to go on until we die, most likely. It's just going to be there. Hey, real quick, you had put something on this joint. The Dame movie. How? Because
I watched Honor Up this week. I watched it twice. I watched it again last night just to make sure I wasn't tripping.
Where did you watch it at?
On demand.
Oh, it's on demand.
It's on demand. You can rent it for $7.99. So I was like, you know what?
I'm gonna come over. You still got it for 24 hours?
I think it's like 48 hours or some shit like that.
I'm gonna swing past because I ain't got $8. But
so the way I did my analysis, I said, I saw fucking Black Panther 3 fucking times. I spent an average of $50 every time I went to the fucking movies. I could give Dame, somebody I respect and admire, $8. So I gave Dame my $8 or whatever. So I watched.
You right, Dame. I'm gonna give you my $8 too.
So. So I watched the movie. It started off, the storyline, I was just a little bit like, I don't know. But it got good. The main things that stood out to me is the cinematography and the scenery. Fucking amazing.
Now, see, I read that online that the cinematography was real good.
It's crazy. Like some of these shots, like these drone shots and these crane shots and shit like that. It's like a shootout scene where a guy like fucking shot a motherfucker with like a assault rifle from like on top of like some bridge or some shit like that. Like they really, you could tell they put some shit into this movie. The acting is very good. It's very tight and cohesive. The storyline, once you get past like the initial like 15 minutes of the movie, all of this shit starts to come together, and it was written in a way that it's got a real dope twist to it that you don't see coming. And the breakout performance of the movie is Murder Mook. That motherfucker's a star actor. He's good. Like, his performance in this is almost as good as Cam's performance in Paid in Full. It's good as shit. And like everything down to like little shit that he doing. He like, damn, you put your mask on now? He said, I don't want to get no fucking blood on my face, nigga. Like, it's this little shit that he's doing that you can tell like he's freestyling. And that motherfucker just got a natural knack for acting. He was good. And OG Daniel as the lead was real good also. And he was just like a real menacing figure. And, you know, he was just had a lot of conviction in how he was delivering his lines and all that shit. But Mook, like, is the surprise of the fucking movie. That motherfucker can act. But all of the acting is very good. I gave this shit an 8 out of 10. I think it's a very good movie. The cinematography and the production value is way up from like the State Properties and, you know, other movies of their ilk or whatever from 10, 12 years ago, whatever. It's really advanced. And if Dame is able to consistently produce content like this, Dame about to run some bread up, because Lionsgate partnered with him on this movie, and I was kind of like, I don't know, Lionsgate, fuck is y'all doing? It's a good movie.
All right, I'm gonna check it out. Good. Yeah, I mean, I kept saying I want to see it, but
because I was trying to see it in theaters, and it was literally like, no, it wasn't. It was unavailable, so I just went on demand, and it was on there. It was like $7.99. I'm like, fuck. I just rented Guardians of the Galaxy 2 for $2.99, but whatever. Like, they got fucking higher margin. All right, man, whatever. I'll give Dame my $8, but it's a good ass movie. I really liked it a lot.
I'm gonna check it out. Oh yeah, America's going to shit.
Oh man, we're literally the laughing stock of the world.
Stormy Daniels, for those of y'all that don't know, is
an adult film star.
Is a porno actress, and she was on 60 Minutes the other day talking about spanking the president, and I'm just like, I gotta move to Monte Carlo.
Like this fast. Is not the third best player on the Timberwolves. This is not the 11th best quarterback in the league.
Not Envy.
This is not DJ Envy with his 9.5-inch dildo. This is not the best actor in Hollywood. This is the president of the United States.
We terrible, yo. Like this we just really have hit rock bottom.
You know what this kind of solidifies for me? This solidifies like how a CEO of a company would be like fucking a chick that work at Chick-fil-A. This is that, like, like, what are you even doing? Like, nothing against Chick-fil-A, but boss, you make $4 million a year. What the fuck are you doing even talking to this chick? I like nuggets. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Donald Trump, what are you even doing running down on a porn star, bro? Like,
I mean, is Trump like scum though?
No, he's super.
Like, Trump not supposed to be the president. He's scum. Like, he a terrible individual.
He's a horrible person.
Like, he a real piece of shit. And it's like, y'all fucked up and put him in office.
He haven't delivered on shit, but he is building that wall, though. I saw some I saw some pictures and some video. They really building this wall, though. Mm-hmm. Whether the Democrats like it or not, that wall's going up.
I was thinking about Trump. I'm like, yo, like, women voted for him. Latinos voted for him.
Latino men voted for him in record numbers.
Black people voted for him. Like, what's up with America, yo? It's a white dude that he sells lottery tickets. He works in the little lottery stand, you know, like them little huts and shit.
Yeah.
The one right at Chickies and Pete's. He works in there.
Okay.
And he wears a Make America Great hat, right? But he'll try to like slide it off when he sees me coming. I'll be cracking up because it's like, I don't give a fuck. I just want this lottery ticket. But I think it's funny though that it's like that's how you feel, but then that's not how you feel.
Yeah.
It's like you feel that way, but then don't want to like
not really.
I don't want to get punched in the face or nothing.
I believe it, but I don't believe it enough to get snuffed out.
I don't want to get hit up here. Like that would stink. But yeah, like we really are. I don't know. Honestly, like I was saying it to my girl, I'm like, yo, what happens in 20 years? Like, where's America going to be? Because remember at one point, like, to be the president was just like,
Yeah, it was far out. Like, you really had to accomplish some shit. You had to be a road, like Bill Clinton is a Rhodes Scholar.
People don't even know what that is. But yeah, you had to be
you had to,
the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
Like, you had to be creme de la creme to even be considered for that. Yeah. And it's like, once the second Bush got it, it kind of just yeah. But then Obama came, and Obama's so just educated, and his wife is arguably the most educated first lady. Like, they got multiple Ivy League degrees between the two of them. And then it's like, you know how like somebody like doing terrible, like just like, you ever watch Hardball?
Yeah.
Remember, he was like a scumbag gambler, and then like he hit that big bet on Miami, and then like his homie was trying to get him to fuck it all up. Like, that's America. Like, we was in the toilet, we climbed out, had a little job, wasn't fucking with no drugs.
Like, come on, let's go fuck with the bitches.
But then you had a wild weekend. Now you getting high again. Like, that's America, man. And it's like ridiculous, because it's like, now you got Trump, who's on his seventh wife, who she not even an American.
Right.
This bitch is the first lady of America now.
And not American.
Like,
in no way, shape, or form.
Like,
though.
We really, really, really have hit the rock bottom. And there's been so many allegations, so many things said about him.
He fired 80% of his cabinet.
Motherfucker straight rolled.
Just on some shit. Motherfuckers quitting or getting fired left and right.
I'm out.
Like, you ain't gonna eat the cake? Get this bitch out of here.
Shit crazy, yo. Like, and I'm really, really on the tip. Like, what happens after this? Like, does he get reelected?
I mean, at this point, and I said this jokingly in our group chat, and I said the only way that we're gonna balance this shit out is if like the Democrats come back with like The Rock as like president, because you literally gotta, like, in this scenario, gotta fight fire with fire, because a charismatic candidate won the presidency, not his politics. We don't know his politics. He told us for 2 years that Obamacare was the worst piece of shit health plan ever, and then he actually looked at it and was like, holy shit, this is actually pretty good. The framework of this makes absolute sense. We're going to take a couple of little things out, but this is good. Let's roll with it. My man, you ran on the platform that this was horrible. It was the worst shit ever for Americans, and it's not that. So it's like, what people are buying into now in the political world is who you are, what you look like, who you're connected to, what are your fucking sound bites, how do you play in the media, as opposed to what are you going to do in the most important job in the most important country for the world's economy.
Yeah.
So goes America, so goes the rest of the fucking world. If our economy sucks, we've already seen this movie before. Yeah. If our economy's fucked up, the rest of the world is fucked over. Like, so it's like, what are we going to do? You literally got to like come back with like The Rock or like Leo DiCaprio or some shit like that for president.
Yeah, it's going to have to be Drake or something. Like, it's fucked up. I was looking at property the other night on the French Riviera. Super expensive, man. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to move in the next couple months like I planned. Because I'm really at that point where it's like, I really don't even think I want to live in America anymore. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny.
Yeah, no, deadass. I've been saying this for at least for the last 7 or 8 months. Just like
Jules sent me his. He just got his license in Qatar. I'm just like, yeah, like I gotta get the fuck out of there. Like, it just. I know we a laughing stock. Yeah. I just know it. And then I look at the fervor that the people have. I look at the attitude that the people carry here. Yeah. People are so entrenched in the dumbest of situations. Like, the dumbest shit gets the most publicity. You know, yeah. It's just insane to me at times. Like, it's motherfuckers who have no idea about the march for gun control over the last week and a half, 2 weeks that's been going on, but they know all about Kirk and the baby on fucking. I'm serious. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny right now. You're laughing. I'm dead 100% serious.
Just because you're being serious doesn't make it not funny.
We literally have hit rock bottom of, like, think about the black people from our parents' era. Because how old is your mom?
My mom is fairly young. My mom is 50.
Yeah, see, my parents are a little older. Like, my mom...
My mom 50, my dad 51.
My dad's 69. If my mom was alive, she'd be 67, I believe.
Yeah.
So, you look at black people from the 40s and the 50s and the 60s.
It's a whole different black person.
That's what I mean. Yeah. But I'm like, how did it get just so corroded to where it's like, we don't have the same energy as far as the evolution or the forward progress.
on that note, right, I was saying something the other day on Twitter because we kind of started the conversation on Twitter about like the N-word and all of that shit, saying nigga and all that shit. And I'm like, listen, in the event that like, you know, certain people say shit, I'm not bothered by it because at the end of the day, that word doesn't mean nothing to me. And I said, furthermore, black people on the whole are not connected to their history or their culture at all, but they pick and choose different buzzwords and different shit that makes them react so that they can go on a social media rant or be violent or whatever the case may be. But you don't even know where you come from. You don't know shit about Ralph Waldo Emerson. You don't know shit about WB. You don't know shit about your culture, but you know if a white person say the N-word, I'm gonna beat their motherfucking ass. But that's literally all you know. You're totally disconnected to who you are, where you from, what your family stood for, all of that shit. You're disconnected from all of that. But you know, if somebody call me a monkey, I need to protest and go to H&M and knock a bunch of mannequins over. We a fucking joke for real.
Like, dog, like niggas don't want to hear niggas is jokes. Black people,
big ass joke.
Black people look crazy out here. For the 99 and the 2000, y'all not taking over. Y'all look nuts. Seriously,
losing out.
I watch just the way the energy that people have, yo. I'm telling you, like, shout out Carl, shout out Love, shout out fucking Kev, Steve. I remember being out there with Carl, man, when the young boy got shot, and I watched that shit. Like, this 6-year-old boy got shot 10 times. He got shot 10 times, multiple bullets from an AK, from a 45. Like, they was just on the block shooting. Carl's out there holding a prayer with the family. People was getting out of their cars, walking in the house like that wasn't going on. And I thought to myself, like, damn, like, if this was 1965 and this happened, how would the people out here be acting?
Right.
You know what I mean? It'd just be a whole different energy throughout the neighborhood. Now, here goes the catch-22. If a cop would have shot this boy 10 times, how would the people be acting?
Yeah.
It's cool to go out and protest and go crazy when the cops do things, because I be sick of this shit too. I hate it. But at the same time, we just got to start. I ain't even going to say start, because I just don't think we can get back to that. At least from, like, a lot of people my age don't really have older black people to talk to.
Right.
But you figure my dad's 69, my grandfather 98.
Yeah.
So it's like we talk a lot. And just the energy and the attitude that I see from them and what they talk about and how people were and how they acted. Like, my grandfather's block, he's been on that block since he came back to Philly in 46. He moved there in 60, I think 59 or 60.
Yeah.
So he'd been there 50 plus 60 years almost. And he like, yo, I remember when, like, we used to all come outside to clean, because we all took pride in this community.
I remember that from being a kid when I lived in West Philly, when I lived on Brooklyn Street, and it was block cleanings.
I remember that
and
shit.
It was
in my
like
block.
You literally would block the block off. Motherfuckers gotta move their cars to clean the block. And this ain't, by no means, this ain't the best block in the city. It's fucking the Heron block. But at the end of the day, it was still some sense of community amongst the people that were living in this particular area. And now, them same fucking houses on that little ass block that my mom bought that house when she was 18 years old and eventually sold or whatever, that house is worth $275,000 or some shit because it's adjacent to fucking University City, and pretty soon they gonna come through and level all that shit. It's gonna be fucking high rises. It's gonna be Drexel University annex or some old shit right there.
They're gonna be $600,000 homes with 10-year tax abatements.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Because 4 blocks away, that's what it is. It's $500K. Could right by Drexel Field and all of that shit.
They see that 10-year tax abatement, motherfuckers be on it. Like, that shit is crazy, yo. But it just, I sit back sometimes and I, like, the other day, me and Ra had a conversation and we was talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce, because we was talking about we started talking about the whole Sister Jean thing.
Yeah.
And how they show us, like, these images of certain people, and then somehow we got into the conversation of, like, black people and doing good, and it's like we think we're doing good, and they'll be like, look, y'all, Jay-Z just made this much money, Puff just made this much money, and we gotta, like, rejoice almost as black people.
Jeff Bezos is worth $96 billion.
And we sit back, and I was telling him, I'm like, Jay got money. Oh, okay. I'm like, I thought I heard some shit, but Jay got money and Jay does this and Puff does that, this, that, and the third. But I'm like, it's people out here making way more money, doing way more things,
doing way less.
And Rob was talking about Jay-Z with the whole going on tour. Like, you know, Jay about to go on tour. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, yo, when you sit back and you look at, like, he was telling me about Robert F. Smith. You ever look up who he is?
No, I didn't.
He's the richest black dude in the country right now. Right?
Okay.
Worth $4.4 billion. And this dude, I'm like reading his bio and what he does and what he set up, you know what I'm saying, and what all he's done. And then I came back to Twitter and I'm just looking at like the things that like people are into, and I'm just like, we never gonna get nowhere, man. Like, not worrying about who rumbling and who doing all this, like, and I'm just like, because I know this bull don't live this life.
Yeah,
this bull don't give a flying fuck about this timeline and this, that, and the third. And you know, I'm thinking to myself, I'm just like, why is it that we have these images, these pictures of success as like Jay-Z and Puff is the pinnacle, when it's so much other and it's just weird, the shit that we gravitate to in this time.
Absolutely. Period. Just like my man Mike Black said to me probably about 10 or 12 years ago. He said at some point when he turned 30, he was like, I just had to change my circle and the people that I talk to, because I don't give a fuck about who Shaniqua is fucking. I don't give a fuck about who got shot. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I want to get the call where it's like, yo, they doing this fucking development for this strip mall. You know what I'm saying? They want 10K. But if you throw in 4 now and then you could owe the other 6 on the back end, it's gonna pay out $88,000 when it's sold. He's like, those are the phone calls that I want to get. He said, because this motherfucker's out here that's doing shit like that and getting the fuck rich, and we sitting here having bullshit conversations and missing the fucking boat and missing the motherfucking money. Like, and he's like, and that shit come down to who you talk to and, you know, what your day-to-day fucking life is like, man. And I'm like, yeah, you absolutely fucking right. And I was like 21 or 22 at the time, and I'm like, yeah, you absolutely fucking right. Like 50 Cent say it all the time. He said the person that you spend you most likely to end up like the person you spend the least time talking to. Some motherfuckers not even worth your fucking energy, and some conversations not even worth being had. So imagine if that's all you doing is having them type of conversations.
Dame said it on the Breakfast Club. It's like, if all you talk about is bubblegum shit,
that's all you gonna do.
You in bubblegum shit.
You gonna be fucking bubblicious.
Yeah, and it just be like, as much as I like social media, I kind of wish social media would just go away. You know what I mean? Like,
it's literally giving everybody a voice.
It ain't even that. I feel like it's
doesn't deserve a voice.
That's a thing. But I'm more so like on a tip where it's like, yo, it more distracts people from the reality of the world.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, specific to that point, it's exactly like you said. You know, it does distract people from the reality of the world, but people are just so unapologetically like just stupid and just so caught up in, you know, whatever they want things to be. People are just so cool with being right instead of being factually correct with certain stuff, and they just want to think what they want to think and just get their shit off. And even when they present it with the correct answers, they still run with the wrong shit.
No, that's not the point I was trying. My thing is like, you're not learning from, like, you know you're supposed to learn every day.
Every single day. Like
every day. Realistically, every time you do anything, you're supposed to learn. People literally have gotten to the point where they're on social media and they'll put like, oh, I'm just on here to laugh. It's like, all right, well, yeah, you doing that, but then like you wasting the next 3 hours on here.
Like, imagine if you was on here to laugh, but out of those 3 hours, you learned something for 30 minutes. That
took time out to talk to your kid before they be on drugs or fucking robbing people. It's like, no one wants to take responsibility for the. Like the lady the other day, she's like, oh, these kids are so fucking crazy, because the kids was wilding out on the bus. She's like, oh, these kids are so crazy. And I'm like, they y'all kids.
Right. You know these kids.
I don't live on fucking Lehigh Avenue. They y'all kids. And it's like, no one wants to take responsibility for just where we're at.
Yeah.
Or not even where we're at as a whole, just
their own personal surroundings.
The chaos that goes on in your family, or you're like, no one wants to take responsibility. Like, you know what? I fucked up.
Right.
Like, if you got 4 kids and like 2 of them are like in jail, the other one is,
you might have did some wrong shit.
You might have fucked up somewhere along the line, and no one.
It's at least a 50% chance that part of that shit is on you.
Everybody wants to think like, oh, my mom is the best, my dad is the best, and it's just like,
maybe not. No,
maybe not.
Some bad dads out there.
Maybe somebody was fucked up around here. but nobody wants to look at it like that.
Yeah.
It's like, you know,
personal accountability is at an all-time low. Like, even, you know, take it back to the president of the United States. Like, we got one of the craziest motherfuckers of all time that's in charge of literally of everybody. He's in charge of the budget. He's in charge of the economy, the military, all of that shit. And he won't take accountability for, you probably shouldn't have been fucking a porn star. So you think the average motherfucker from J Street is like worried about like the shit that goes on in their neighborhood?
But my thing is, I look at black people just to where it's like, yo, back in the day, things were worse. I think it seemed like the 50s and the 60s, I'd imagine things were worse off in this country.
Yeah.
But it just seems like black people at that time had a togetherness and just had a cohesiveness that we just don't have now.
Yeah.
Like, how the hell did they do the march on Selma, the march on Washington, the bus boycott, you know, the Brown versus the Board of Education, the sit-ins? Like, how the hell did all of that happen without social media and shit?
Right.
Like, they was together.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you know what that'd be? It'd be a flyer on social media.
Million Man March 4, MM4, some shit like some
real
hashtag.
talk with a hashtag. Like, I'm just keeping it a bean. Like, social media has literally like driven us so far off the path, and no one, like, I'll say it and motherfuckers be like, "Oh, you hating," or this, that, and it's like, no, it's the God's honest truth, dog. Like, it's so distracting from people that it's like sickening.
But we kind of teased it last week, talking about, you know, is social media making people stupid, or is it like the education system? But the thing is, you know, it's so much information that's readily available to people, and they just refuse to access the shit. Like, they refuse to like use Google or use Yahoo, whatever, to actually fucking learn something. Whenever I'm curious about something, and I know you the same exact way because we talk about it, I go and fucking look for it. Period. You can go on YouTube. There's videos literally of every fucking thing.
Every single thing, man.
The only thing that's missing is that early 2000s music library that I want. That's the only shit missing from the fucking internet. Other than that, everything is the fuck on there. You can learn how to build a deck from YouTube.
What's up?
You can learn how to like fix a hole in a boat from fucking YouTube.
One of my homies is like a real good drummer, and he learned on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, he dead ass learned how to become a drummer.
My man PC, who's my graphic designer, he learned on fucking YouTube. Period. Like, I said, how did you learn how to do graphic design? Adderall and YouTube tutorials.
Yeah. But literally, we live in the information era where people are just too lazy to actually get the information.
Yeah, because it's all been given to you. Once upon a time, you had to go somewhere.
People get on the bus
shit
with their iPhone in their hand and be like, "Yo, how late the 48 run?" I'll be like, "Dog, the fuck? Do you not have service? Look in your fucking phone." Like, every answer to every question is on Google.
It's all
it just
there.
Amazes me.
I promise you, it's all there.
People like, wait, I actually gotta go find it though. Nah.
Like, I promise. Here's the thing. I promise you the answer is there. And if it's not, if enough people ask the question, they'll find the answer. They'll eventually place it there.
Yeah, real talk.
But all the shit is there for you, man.
We could go on for weeks. I'm not even trying to be funny. I could literally
seriously.
go for weeks because it's just so much shit that I see and so many things. It's just like, no.
No.
Like you're a parent for the most part. Like, if you're a parent, and then the crazy part is like having families. And I look at like a lot of people I know. It's a lot of people I know who came from families, like came from a family structure, who just now have baby moms and baby fathers.
Right.
And it's just like, where did that go? Like, how is that lost? How is that just like a lost thing?
Yeah.
Like, just a family. That's a big thing in the community. Just a family structure. And it's just like almost not happening anymore.
Yeah.
Like, we really, really like, I always say things are supposed to get better. Things are supposed to like eventually evolve. There be joints that some days I sit back and I'm just like, nah, dog.
Like, we're regressing.
We're regressing. That's how I be feeling a lot of times. Like, and I was thinking about this real quick before we get out of here. The young boys. Like, all these little woofing niggas is running around.
Woofing.
Because I'm looking at them getting out of school.
Right.
And I'm just like, damn, like, what's young boy gonna be doing in 10 years? What's young boy doing in 8 years?
Being a nuisance.
Like, if you look at all the older black men from before us, like all our old heads and our pops and uncles and everything, they all had a skill. They all had something that they did that they could do.
Yeah.
And even our generation, motherfuckers went to school, motherfuckers went to trade school. You have something that you can do, that you can earn and be a productive part of whatever. These young boys, I just really be like, yo, like, You got tattoos all over your face. You 15. You
done.
You're done. You got no skill whatsoever.
You can't even start your own company because ain't no vendor going to deal with you looking how the fuck you look.
It's just crazy at just how misguided the shit is. And it's just, 20 years, 30 years from now, like...
It's like the rap or play ball shit is way more prevalent now than it ever was. Like motherfuckers literally like have irrational confidence and literally think like, oh, I'm gonna just rap like Uzi, or because it's like it's so near to them that they just think like, no, that shit is God given. That and you gotta work on that craft. Like you can't just wake up one day and just do that shit. For some people, like a Jeezy, that is their story, but he still had to work on that shit because at a time he was the worst rapper alive.
Jeezy was terrible.
And he had to figure it the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? And over time, he honed his skill and his craft, and now we have him to where he is now, cemented his status as a legend, one of the best artists of the last 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? It's like, motherfuckers just be... I had a young boy like that in my life that I was dealing with, and he was just like, so, I want to rap and I want to do this and this and that. I'm like, all right, well, where your records at? Well, I don't have them yet, but well, how the fuck you gonna get where you going? How are you gonna get on? How are you gonna like get from point A to B if you don't have the vehicle or you don't have gas in the car? You don't even have the vehicle to get you where the fuck you going. Nor do you have a plan B. Like, how you going to get there? Motherfuckers just want what they want with no plan of action on how they going to get there.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah. We can finish this conversation next week.
Definitely.
Is Rich still gonna be up here next week?
Man, I don't know. He up here throwing concerts and all types of shit, and
we'll see if we can find Rich. Rod texted me again, said he's hammered. I'm so done with Rod now. I'm not even responding to shit. He's texting you.
Rod probably like hammered off sake. I just had a pitcher of rice wine, this good plum sake. I'm done.
Somebody, it's a small dude at my job. And he's like super small.
Okay.
And he's like
John Small?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Grown man though. But he's like 60. But he's just small.
Oh shit.
And he was like, yeah, man. He's like, yo, last night, man, I got so drunk. And my man Cole was like, how many Zimas did you have? And I fuck out. I ain't heard Zima in like 20 fucking years.
Yo, Zima had the ill marketing scheme. Like,
Zima was the shit.
It was on TV. It was on Fox 29 heavy back in the day.
But
how many Zimas did you have?
It's Ron and Chad's birthday, so Ron's out getting ripped.
Chad's about to go finish getting ripped.
I gotta work tomorrow, so I'll holler at y'all. The realest podcast ever.
Episode 50. We did 50 of these Jones, bro.
We got it.
And actually we did 51 because we did 2 parts to the shit with Ayo and Nerd, but whatever.
And we lost the episode fucking with Just.
We definitely lost the episode.
I was gonna beat Just ass that night, boy.
It almost got dark for Just. Keeping it a bucket, it almost got dark for Just, man.
But Roots picnic in 2 months.
I got an idea for a guest.
Really?
Got an idea.
Tell me when you get off here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna order my hair. Because I'm gonna get one of them. I'm probably gonna get one of them fake situations.
You need the burst fade.
Yeah.
No blonde though, just the burst fade.
Anything?
Nah, that's it, man.
That's it. We out.
Peace.